What is to be or RPG? That is the question. And the answer is, we're a group of professional actors that plays a weekly, regular Dungeons & Dragons campaign live here on Twitch to the benefit of the Classical Theater Company. The Classical Theater Company is the only professional theater company in the state of Texas that solely produces year-round classical drama. So they produce old plays, 100 years old or older. So everything from the Greeks and Shakespeare up through Oscar Wilde and George Bernard Shaw and the early modern playwrights. So they do old plays. And we like to support them and try to do it in an entertaining way by playing some D&D for you. So we have some cool giveaways here this evening, and some special surprises, which you'll find about shortly. But if you follow us here on Twitch and donate any amount to the Classical Theater Company, any amount, $1, $5, $10, $100, empty a savings account, whatever it is. If you do that, you can do so by going below in our Twitch channel to our PayPal, a link to our PayPal, so you can donate through the PayPal there, or you can go directly to classicaltheater.org and donate through that way. Either way, we will log it, we will note it, and you will be entered to win this super cool prize. We have a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons Player's Handbook. And you're like, well, that's pretty cool. That's an expensive book, and it's nifty. But what makes it extra special? Well, I'll have you know it has been autographed by the entire cast of To Be Your RPG. So you have an autographed Player's Handbook, 5th edition Player's Handbook, autographed by the whole cast, plus autographed by our very special guest we have here this evening. Oh, hang on, wait till you meet them. So we have this to give away. So if you follow us here on Twitch and you donate to Classical Theater Company, you'll be entered to win this, which we will draw your name at the end of the night. Also, we would like to thank our friends at the Bedrock City Comic Company because they helped provide this, in part, provide this Player's Handbook. So thank you so much, Bedrock City, a super cool place for all of your comic book needs. You can find them online as well. So even if you're not local, you can buy stuff from them, wherever you are in the world, as long as you have internet access, I suppose. So we have that. We have that giveaway. But that's not all. Holy smokes. We have, if we add on Twitch tonight 3 followers, just 3 followers, we add 3 followers tonight. But before the end of the night, we will pick a follower who has commented in the chat tonight, and at any point during tonight's episode, and you will be entered to win this super cool print of the entire party of To Be Your RPG, drawn and colored and made magical by our very own Mark Alba. So thank you so much, Mark, for providing this awesome artwork. We have a limited number of these, so you can get one of but a few. They're so cool, and it's on holographic paper. It's so cool and shiny. Anyway, so if we add 3 followers, you'll be entered to win that. And you comment in the chat, and you follow us, and you comment in the chat. We'll pick someone to comment in the chat, and you'll get that. Now, lastly, it is September here in Twitch land here, which means that if you gift subscriptions, they will be discounted 25%. If you want to gift a subscription to someone here on Twitch, it is discounted 25% for the next few days, which means if you want to do it now here for us, you should do it now. So if you gift a subscription, if you get a subscription, however you get it, if you buy it yourself or gift it or receive one, however you do, you will get access to some super cool and ridiculously funny emotes which we made of the entire cast of To Be Your RPG. They're absurd and super fun. So I'm sure someone has a subscription and is posting pictures of Blake's face in the chat right now. If you're not, you should be. So we have access to super cool emotes, which you can liven up the chat even more than it normally is. So it is September. And so if we can add 3 subscriptions tonight, 3 subscriptions, we will pick a subscriber at the end of the episode, and they also shall win one of these super cool prints of the entire party of To Be Your RPG. So yeah, all of those things are cool. I would add, if you're not listening to this or watching this live, like maybe you're watching this on our YouTube channel in the year 2028, or maybe it's post-apocalypse and it's like 2050, but you still have Spotify, and you're like, I want to listen to this podcast. You could still donate to the Classical Theater Company. So even if it's not during this episode, you hear this years from now, you can still donate to the Classical Theater Company by going to classicaltheater.org. That is, after all, the entire reason we're doing this. So we're excited to be back. We've been off, as you probably might note, for like a month now. We're so excited to be back. We wrapped up Act 1 of To Be Your RPG, our first season of To Be Your RPG. All 8 episodes are up and available on our YouTube channel and on your favorite podcast platform. So you can find it anywhere and listen to us. If you do so, please give us likes and 5-star ratings and leave nice comments on our videos and podcasts. We would really appreciate it, as that helps us grow. We've got that going on. So we're back now after a month, and so with this, we're going to start a series of slightly intermittent episodes, not regular weekly, but a bit more intermittent now, in our Epilogue series of Epilogue episodes. So we'll be back on Sunday, October 16th. In fact, will be our next episode after that, and we will have an episode in November and an episode in December as well. So each of the next few months we will have episodes there, and we are excited to bring them to you. But we don't know. Well, I know. The rest of us don't know what lies in store. So and I only know up to a certain point. We hope you'll join us for our next few episodes before we get ready for season 2, which will be coming down the pike. We have a super cool guest here tonight. We're so excited. So we have the entire regular cast, and unfortunately Blake is back also. But we have an addition to the cast this evening. We have a very special guest, Miss Carmina Vavra. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
We are super excited. You are a legend here in Houston, and so we are flattered and honored that you would join us. And Houston's nerdiest drag queen, I hear.
I sure am.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you mind telling us a couple things, like what makes you Houston's nerdiest drag queen?
Yeah, of course. I got my start performing with the Houston Gamers, Gaymers. This is the largest nonprofit community organization in Houston. I got my start performing with them, doing cosplay, so a lot of my drag comes from cosplay. And since then, I've done everything. I host a show every Tuesday night at Michael's Outpost at 9 p.m. Laugh Track, come see it. But other than that, I spend all of my free time, the little bit that I have, playing video games and running my own tabletop campaigns and playing this. So I'm so excited to be rolling dice with all of my, theater friends that I don't get to see enough of anymore.
Absolutely. That's so cool. So what video game are you playing right now? What's tops of the list? Is there anything?
You're acting like I have time right now.
Well, I mean, most recently then.
I'm waiting for the new Pokemon game to come out.
Oh, that's the one. That's the big one.
And then I will be spending all my time doing that.
Is that imminent? Is that coming soon?
November.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Nintendo taking all my money again.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What's it called again?
Scarlet and Violet.
Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
Scarlet and Violet.
And I like both those colors, so.
I mean, that works out well. Perfect.
I
Awesome.
just want to ride the motorcycle Pokemon.
Yeah.
So we're super excited to have you here. Thank you so much. How are you guys doing? I haven't seen you guys in like a month. So how's everybody been? What's been going on recently? Anything good? Yes.
I was in a feature indie film that is got picked up by a major distributor, Gravitas Ventures, and the movie will release on October 11th on Hulu and Showtime, I believe.
Nice. Awesome. What's it called? What are we looking
The movie is called Conception. It is all local talent from Houston and South Asian leads, and directed and written by South Asian man, Tarun Verma, I believe is his last name, or how to pronounce it. But yeah, story follows a couple doing in vitro fertilization.
Okay.
So a light comedy, very easy, painless.
Yeah, this is just a light, fluffy topic. For sure. Awesome. Well, very cool. That's exciting. That is exciting. Anyone else have anything even remotely as exciting?
I've been building Lego.
Oh, yeah?
Whoa!
What have you been building, Andrew?
Well, I've been collecting Lego for quite some time.
Yes.
And through the years, I've been not building them, just saving them for having the space.
You mean like buying comic books and then not reading them?
Yeah, you know,
Kinda like
eventually when I'm dead, I'll get to them. But I realized I could die, and I might want to enjoy that stuff. So I built the Lord of the Rings Tower of Orthanc, which is Saruman's tower, which is this really cool. I don't know how to say it.
She got that orthonk.
Changing my drag name.
But it's super cool. It's super detailed. But funny. So I start building it, and the first thing you build is an ent, which is a walking tree for those who don't know. And
My man Treebeard.
yeah, I think it's one of my favorite parts of the whole Lord of the Rings.
Wait.
Walking tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quick question: does the Lego ent move?
You can move it yourself, but it's not. It doesn't move by itself.
Only
These
when
are
you're not
toys.
looking.
know-
Well, no, because
Toy Story
like if
rules.
it doesn't move, then it's just a tree, right? He got
Well, it's
legs.
a Lego.
Oh.
Technically, it's a Lego.
You got scammed.
Well, I started building it, and you start with the feet first, right? The roots.
I
of
always
the
do.
thing, right? And then there are a couple of like there's like a brick that has like a ball joint on it, then connects to
already
this other
ready
thing
for it.
that allows it for like a kneecap or whatever. Doesn't matter. It's snapped.
Oh,
Like, I mean,
no.
within first 10, 12 instructions, I had snapped both the legs, and I was like, well, do I keep going or?
It's just a tree.
But the particular color, which is like the dark brown, the color filament that goes into the brick has been known to be very brittle. They've corrected
is very intense.
since this. Yes, Reddit informed me of a lot of things. Also, did you know about these emails? No.
Oh god, we gotta get him off Reddit.
So I called Lego, and I
Mr.
was like, look,
Lego.
and he
Stan
said-
Lego
He
speaking.
said, click, clack, click, 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 click. I said, I had this set, and it's older, and I've just now opened it, and I've decided to build it, and the girl was very helpful, and she ordered the parts, and I'm gonna get them sent to me.
Nice.
Lego's
It also had a
always
light
great.
brick in it, so that when you can like push a chandelier, and the next floor up, the Palantir lights up, and so you can look at the. It's really cool set.
That's awesome.
I'd bring it in, but there's no way.
Sure.
It's like 2.5 feet tall.
Holy Moses.
Dang,
Who's gonna follow
compensated.
that one? Like,
Wow, okay.
All right, we've got about 30 minutes left to play.
So yeah, what else?
My kids are rehearsing their fall
good.
show,
Nice.
and they're doing the effective gamma rays on Man in the Moon Marigold.
Nice.
It's a very young new cast to acting, but they're
That's
taking it in stride.
that play has some Houston background to it.
Yeah, we're placing in the 80s, which is kind of hard because I can't find a lot of things. Like, we're trying to make a really grungy kind of small, kind of cramped home due to a lot of objects and items. We have like a Christmas tree that's been up for 3 years and all this stuff. And the kids are doing great though. They're a little nervous, you can tell, but they're all very new. So it's fun dealing with like new actors and trying to get them to get out of their own head.
I could be completely wrong about this, and maybe the internet listening will correct me, but I believe one of the there's a mother in that play, correct? Mm-hmm. I believe the role was originated by an actress by the name of Chris Wilson, who ran Chris Wilson's acting studio, which was a theater here in the 70s, 80s.
All right,
90s.
chat, it's up to you.
Yeah,
Find
right.
this
If you're
arbitrary
Houston
information.
theater people, you can correct us on that, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. Anyway,
I think so.
tidbit from me to you, didn't cost you nothing. Might
yeah,
be wrong.
Find the
Young
answer.
actors.
I'll kiss you on the forehead.
I gotta go find this out.
That's a promise from Carmina. Brittany, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I wrote down a whole lot of things I could say, but
There's no
That's
pressure.
smart. That's a good idea.
What's your favorite?
My favorite one is
I like this one with the mustache under it. What's that?
that says creation story. My kids, they acted out the creation story. They're 5. They're 4-year-olds going on 5. There were 35 of them in the play.
Wow.
So everyone was lambs and
Well, I mean, God created a whole lot of stuff in the creation story. So there was a lot of things for them to be.
you get to be an oxygen molecule.
There was light, there was darkness, there was
nice.
various animals, there was ocean animals.
So it's kind of surreal. I like this. I would have
Adam
thought.
and Eve.
Share.
Right?
Yeah.
God created Cher.
Yeah.
On the 3rd day, God created Cher.
Done.
Our Cher has been blessing our lives ever since.
So that's what was under
Nice.
the mustache. So
And we'll be starting rehearsal soon for The
yes,
Marriage of Figaro,
The Marriage of Figaro.
a classical theater company.
Little
Awesome.
commedia.
Oh yeah, got some
Love
French farce.
Farce.
Absolutely. So yeah, anyone else? What's going on?
I would love to quickly just point out that in your introduction, you said if it's the post-apocalyptic era, and then you said the year 2050. So JJ's given us 28 years
It's gonna be
until
more
the
like
apocalypse.
I got that's a fair.
Out
To be
there.
fair, that's pretty generous. I think
giving us
you're
20
Down a little
years.
bit, cause like.
yeah, I think all right.
God, I hope today's the day.
So like next June.
Oh, shit.
Why it gotta be Pride Month?
What are you trying to say, huh?
I feel like that's we'll find out who's right. I guess.
Hey, I did do one other thing. I just want
Did
to
you?
throw
Just
this in.
one? Yeah.
I went and saw Lend Me a Soprano at the Alley Theater.
Oh yeah.
some
And
very
our
talented,
cameraman
Uh-huh.
is in the show.
He is, Brandon
Hernsberger, and he does a fantastic job.
He really knows his sightlines. We did your promo. You can cut the stream now.
So if you get a chance, go see it. It's very
Alley
fun.
Theater. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
Sweet.
Oh, I rescued a cat and I foster failed it. So we've welcomed Banjo into our home.
Oh, nice.
Banjo.
I won't go in. I was fostering him, and then we decided to keep him. So
Awesome.
yeah, I've never met an animal so thankful to be saved. Honestly, his situation was so bad. I'm not gonna say it on camera or anything like that.
I felt the same way about Andrew one time.
Yeah.
I've never.
You were also covered in fleas?
Well.
Yeah, they're gone.
No, but like
Thursday night?
it's so awesome, like seeing the work like that me and a lot of other rescuers do, and it was one of those situations of I don't want to part with this animal, and I don't want like the potential that he goes to someone else who just dumps him, and
Sure.
and then my partner said, "Please keep the fucking cat," so we kept the fucking cat.
Nice.
Y'all got a lot of love to give.
Oh no,
Excellent.
yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. Awesome. Well, all right, everybody. That was a bit of a longer intro than we normally do, but we're excited to.
We missed each other.
We're excited to. We missed each other. So, and we missed you, internet. So hey, shall we get started?
Yes.
Awesome. Very exciting. Very exciting.
Wait. Okay, now let's.
All right, great. Let's run. The party, having just saved the town of Fair Verena and perhaps all of the North March region of the Lorne Empire from an evil cult plotting to slay Margrave Henry Bolingbroke and poison the population of the town, was drinking in their favorite bar, the Broken Leg Inn, raising their pints in triumph when a harried young man came running into the taproom and proclaimed that someone had murdered one of the local actors and an unwitting rival to the group, a man named Ramsey Humford. The square-jawed ingenue male was set to star in a new play, which, after a week's delay, was slated to open that night at the Goose Theater, which is next door. While certainly a shock to hear that Ramsey was dead, his being murdered seemed rather unlikely. And your heroes were exhausted from their trek beneath the town and battle with the Izurin cultists. This appeared to be a case that surely the town guard would be able to handle. So the ragtag group of weary adventurers relished the remainder of their day, enjoying drinks so generously paid for by your trickster cleric, Delric Haventhorn. And that evening, a bit tipsy and Full of Myrna Bottom Hill's mutton stew and herb-roasted potatoes, you stumbled up to your rooms and slept a well-earned night's sleep. You awake in the morning, late morning, maybe early afternoon, somewhat hungover, but excited about the prospect of checking out the tower the Margrave had rewarded you with in your service to the realm. The tower, you've been told, is in the countryside just south of town and was abandoned some years ago by one of the Bolingbroks. You come down to the tap room of the Broken Leg Inn, and it's quiet in here. Burton Bottomhill, the halfling innkeeper and barman, is pulling a few ales for the small handful of patrons who are seated at the bar that dominates the center of the room. You can see his halfling wife, Myrna, clearing one of the tables and the booths that line the walls, the two walls in here. Each booth has a set of heavy, dark curtains that can be drawn for privacy if it is so desired. And there's a stage at the far end of the bar where bards and minstrels often perform. Happy Jack. But at the moment, there's no one up there. So you sit at your favorite booth near the stage, and Myrna arrives, her little auburn curls bouncing around her cherubic face. Good morning, what can I get for you guys?
Morning, Myrna.
Hi, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing swell. Good night's rest. I'm
excellent.
feeling much better.
Billy, you look much better.
I feel the colour in my face is returned.
How's your hand doing? You had the hurdy on your hand.
I did, and it feels a lot better. It's a little sore still. It's you see, ow.
Don't do that then.
No. I think though I could go for a grand breakfast.
Oh well, yes. We have I've got fried eggs, beans, bacon, and some potato hash made from yesterday's earned potatoes.
Yes,
yeah,
all of it.
All of it. Okay, well, very good.
I'll have some.
You also, Bronan. Anyone?
And a glass of warm milk, if you don't mind.
A glass of warm milk.
I always have milk with breakfast.
Oh, right.
I don't know how you can think about it after all the drinks we had last night, but...
Well, no problem. Sure, we'll get you some warm goat's milk straight from the teat.
Thank you. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Excellent. No problem.
A little extra bacon for the tiny orange one as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how's Thorben doing?
I think he slept through most of yesterday, honestly.
That's probably good. You said you had a bit of a tussle yesterday, eh?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, okay. Well, that's not a problem. Okay, well, very good. I'll be right back. Ales for everybody except for you.
Goat's
you.
milk.
Yes.
Goat's milk for you.
And bacon and fried eggs for me as well.
Excellent. All right. Well, I'll get right back. She bustles off.
Bye,
So you're sitting around the table, just kind of settling in, even kind of morning, kind of looking around, seeing what's going on, and a beautiful, statuesque human woman with a chin-length, jet black hair strides into the tap room. She's wearing tall leather boots and brown leather tunic with a brown velveteen cloak across her back. On her head, she wears a leather hunting cap. And you can see a rapier on her hip. And in a satchel she has slung over her shoulder, the head of a violin seems to be poking out. Following along behind her is a rather short, round dwarven man with a salt and pepper hair. He's got a pair of round spectacles on the end of his kind of, red bulbous nose. And his beard is quite impressive, but with an extraordinarily long mustache. Like very long mustaches. And he's wearing knee-length pants and leggings and a dark green coat with tails over a light green vest. He also has a pack over his shoulder that appears to be quite full. He's got his pockets seem to be burgeoning with things. He's got a lot of stuff hanging off of him. They pull up to the bar, and the lady leans in and says something to Burton, who nods over in your direction. The lady thanks the halfling innkeeper and strides over to you with her companion trailing behind. This lady has an air about her that seems to command attention.
Well, hello. How are we all met this morning?
Oh, very well. Hello.
Well, hello, dear.
Oh, god damn it.
Hello.
Delric Haventhorn, how can I help you?
Wonderful. My name is Sheraillynn Hulmes. My reputation precedes me, I'm sure. I'm here because I'm investigating a crime of such very, very, very spoiled sorts, a murder of sorts, which I'm sure you all have no idea about at all. The darling, the Reeve himself told me that Ramsey Humford, yes, he's been killed.
Oh, Ramsey, no!
Yes.
Oh, what a shame.
Yes, the Reeve contacted me directly. Watsmith, please, we must do dinner with the Reeve. We simply must.
I'll get right on it.
Yes,
ma'am.
yes,
He pulls out a notepad and begins scribbling with a pencil.
Yes, this is my assistant, Drohn Watsmith. He may be only marginally smarter than a horse's behind, but he is my longtime friend and confidant. And
Yes,
he
milady,
does
yes.
get things done.
It's true.
So just like a work partner, not a partner, right?
Oh, God, could you imagine?
I tried not to.
Watsmith's face immediately begins to blush and turn bright
That's
red.
real cute.
Fix your countenance, Watsmith.
No, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, Madam, Sheraillynn? Yes, Sheraillynn
Yes,
Hulmes?
Sheraillynn Hulmes.
Yeah, so, how can we help you?
Yes, well, I've been brought here to see you all because it seems that there was a rather public confrontation in which Ramsey decided to run off and quit the business of acting. Apparently, he was a wonderful actor. It doesn't matter if he smelled like shit or anything, but you know, in my time, I found that where there is shit, there is usually flies that like to buzz around it and get bite. So I think I'm looking at a few flies currently.
Oh, wait.
Oh, Delric's not that ugly.
Wait, hold on.
Eyes checked out.
I believe we have things confused. Are we possible suspects?
Oh, quite, yes. Everyone's a suspect until proven otherwise.
That's a major turnoff now.
Watsmith, could you jot down that that's a turn-off?
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, turn off. Is that turn off with a hyphen? Or one word?
However you spell it, it's for your own short.
Yes,
I
ma'am,
think
yes,
it's
ma'am.
one word.
Thank you, sir. Yes, indeed. One word.
Well,
Well, I remember seeing that happen, but we weren't really. I know some of us weren't even right around it. We were just in the same bar.
What she means is not the actual murder or anything, but the confrontation that we had.
The confront,
I got his autograph.
that one, yeah.
The confrontation.
Yeah,
Yes.
confrontation.
there you go.
And it seems one of you cast a spell on him very publicly in front of, witnesses that did attest to this. I do not see her with us, though.
Oh, you mean...
Oh, that critic. Yeah,
Yes,
that critic.
that critic.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
this-
let me
this crazy
scan
critic.
my Rolodex in my brain.
But very well spoken and
Yes, critic.
statuesque.
I believe her name was Mary. Mary. Yes, it's amazing. I've never read anything that she's written.
Not a very good critic then, huh, wouldn't you say?
No, I wouldn't.
But very intelligent and charming.
Debatable.
Yes. Now, what was the nature of your relationship with Mr. Humford?
Just a new
Purely
fan.
platonic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too, platonic, not my type. But I did get his autograph, so here, I got it on this bar napkin, if you'd like to take a look.
Wonderful, thank you.
Why is it covered in
On
grease?
whose authority are
Thank
you
you.
questioning us? Who hired you?
I did. The Reeve himself hired me. Andal Aeschylus.
God bless you. What?
The Reeve is the mayor of Verena.
Oh, the mayor.
We know that.
Yes, we knew that.
Definitely.
We've been here at least a week.
Well,
We would have heard that name at least one time before.
I'm sure if anything with Ramsey, there might have been a mild disagreement, or maybe we didn't get it along, but I assure you that we were not here the time he was murdered. We were very busy, I would believe.
I believe we were in the...
I didn't even know he was murdered. He got murdered.
We didn't even know him.
When did he get murdered?
When did he get murdered?
Just recently.
When's
I came
my
back-
breakfast showing up?
I came back from, I was in Stratford, and the Reeve called me and said I must come here post-haste to investigate this murder, and so here I am.
That's a far
Well-
ride from Stratford.
Yes, I'm simply exhausted, and I could really do with something that bites back, please. Yes, thank you.
Myrna is shuttling out. She's got the drinks that had come from and sets them here.
Oh, Billy, look, your goat's milk.
Yep, that's definitely my goat's milk.
Oh,
He drinks goat milk.
Oh, I see. It is warm. You can almost see the steam rising. It's so warm.
It's your favorite, Billy. You love goat's milk. Here's
Oh,
my
I love
beer.
it. Oh, by the way, Dilrick, did you ever clean up after you pissed yourself?
That was you?
anyway, so tell us, this murder, this very important murder of a very important person that wasn't that talented anyways, but...
Be the milk.
Would you mind saying that on record?
Not yet.
But I'd help you out. How would you like? What would you like?
We'll start by buying you a
Help you,
drink.
however.
Yes, a drink would be appreciated.
Yes, absolutely. Would
She
you like?
wants something that bites back.
Oh, okay. Gadresian spiced rum for you then, eh?
I said bite, not nibble.
Oh my, yes, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Oh, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Watsmith, Myrna, before you go, Watsmith, you want anything?
No, he's fine.
No, I'm fine. Thanks.
All right.
Thank you,
All right,
Myrna.
Myrna, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay, I'll see you later. All right.
He must keep his wits about him, you
I'm
understand.
sure, yeah.
Actually, Myrna,
don't.
give me one more of this, and I'll give this to you if you're hungry.
You
breakfast.
slide the breakfast.
Did you bring breakfast? I don't know.
She brought a couple plates. She didn't bring everything over. So you slide it over. There's now a plate of beans and bacon there, and eggs, fried eggs, just in a mound right there in front of you.
Fabulous.
English breakfast.
Well, perhaps we could be of an aid to you.
Bribery. Trying to bribe.
She said she was hungry.
Oh, all right.
Perhaps you can. We can assist you in finding this murderer of Ramsey.
That does seem like something a murderer would do to throw me off the track.
Delric's not that smart.
Very intuitive.
He's not that smart.
Can we
promise.
backtrack just a bit? So, when did this murder happen? Because until very recently, we were actually looking into a bit of an issue for the Margrave himself. So that's what we've been doing.
I believe
Margrave himself.
Yeah.
we have a very strong. alibi.
It shows here, if I may, ma'am, it was seemed to happen yesterday morning.
Oh, we were under the city at
Yes.
that time. We were dealing with
You were under the city.
under the city. Yeah.
How did
Under the city. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good song. I should write that down.
Is that a nice tune? Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Under the city.
We're gonna get copyright strike.
Please don't,
Right,
DMCA,
okay.
take us down. I don't know what that is. Thomas Exeter could vouch for us.
Thomas? Do we know any Thomas?
that is the that is the Margrave's advisor, as far as is that correct?
That's correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
Indeed,
right,
yes.
quick with
Yes,
that
ma'am.
book.
And the Margrave himself could.
Yeah, that guy too.
If you can believe it, we climbed into a grave, we fought a bunch of cultists, and then we went above ground and we got into the castle, and then we fought a bunch more cultists, and now here we are.
Yes.
I
we
found a big
risked our
shiny rock.
lives.
You
I
did
pull out
find
a diamond.
You did find the big fucking diamond
Fuck
tree.
off, Cree. It's massive. Did you lick it?
It's my rock. I can do what I want with it.
I suppose that's
I'll
correct,
run
yes.
police out here.
We usually risk.
Watsmith just is eyeing the. It's an uncut diamond. It's just it's got granite and stuff around it, but he's just it's substantial. He's just staring.
Why?
Other people might want it more than you.
Oh, I'll put it away. It is a nice rock.
And how did you procure that rock?
Under the city.
Under the city.
We usually risk our lives to help other people. We're not murderers.
We all do that.
Well, damn. All right.
Well, when we were fighting all of the cultists under the city,
That's perfect.
it's really nice, isn't it? It kind of rolls off the
You and
dirt.
me, let's have a little pitter patter back and forth. Maybe come up with a little musical.
Something soon.
Alan Menken's gonna sue us.
Personally.
But I'm sure if you reach these contacts, you would realize that we have a very strong alibi. And honestly, what more do you want from us?
Well, it seems that you all and this Mary person are my prime suspects currently, so unfortunately I cannot let you out of my sights until, we get to the bottom of this whole murder business.
Right.
So,
We're
As long as you're willing to have
us.
us.
yes. Well, maybe that one.
Oh, what?
Well, the very public confrontation with Mr. Humford. Yes, that one.
Oh, I just got his autograph.
And this Mary person, anyone else who might have a motive.
What about the producer? Oh gosh, hold on. Remembering.
I'm sort of surprised to find out we're the prime suspects. We didn't really know him all that well.
He just said he smelled like shit.
I heard that. I never said
And
anything.
even people who smell like shit deserve to have their deaths avenged. Do you not agree?
Absolutely.
I've been saying
I don't believe that's justice, but all right. This wool milk has gone right through me. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna go to the restroom.
Okay.
And in the restroom,
You slide out of the booth.
I slide out of the booth and I slide in somewhere private, and I change form into Mary.
Okay.
poop in public
And
restrooms.
Mary's gonna show her face
Pees
again.
himself in the bed
Okay, great.
sometimes.
I
Thitchfield.
can't believe that was him.
Fitchfield, that's right.
Mary-
Fitchfield. Thank you.
Baron.
I don't remember.
Baron Thitchfield.
Baron
Mary?
Risley Thitchfield.
Risley.
I know, but
I didn't write my own name down. Mary something.
Mary something. Oh, yeah.
Mary.
Sean, have you talked to Baron Risley Thitchfield at all?
No, and why would I do that?
Well, I mean, if I were a producer and my actor wanted to quit in the middle of the show right before opening, had to push back a week, I might want to murder somebody. That's, Oh, excuse me, I had a
If
hiccup.
I was the patron of the Green Goose,
The Green Goose.
it would mean a lot.
so Baron Risley Thitchfield is the patron of the Goose players and the Thitchfield players, the Goose at the Goose Theater. So he owns the theater, which is right next door, and he is the patron of the. He wrote. He writes most of their plays, directs most of it, and produces them.
Yeah, I think I remember that bloke saying he was a patron for them or something. So you might check him out.
Oh, we could also check out Capenna, the lead actress opposite him, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he smelled like shit. If I were
I have
acting
heard.
opposite...
She were a bit of a wet fish, but, you know, it's always the quiet ones.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, and if someone smells like shit and you're in a scene with them, well, fucking, I'd want to murder them too. Not that I did. Would never murder someone.
You did nearly murder Tibble.
Once,
I didn't murder, I shot to hell.
have you murdered many people? Killed a lot of.
Not undeservingly.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how many people have you murdered?
Oh god, do you count fey creatures?
Why, yes.
Okay, so maybe 2?
Write that down. 2 people. Two people.
One of them came back though, so he's fine.
Still 2.
Still.
Have you tried at all to piece together the last few hours of this person's life? Ramsey, what's his name?
Humford. Humford
Yeah.
Bedelia.
Like,
Rest in peace.
Darling, I simply just got into town.
well, maybe you should try to look at what he actually did on his last day alive instead of just looking for evidence for what you already think happened here at this table.
A question for you. What is your profession? Your trade?
We are adventurers.
Yes, yes.
So,
It's like, oh,
do
shit.
I show up and tell you how to adventure? While
how
you're
would
here
you?
telling
What is
me how
that?
to detect.
You know, she's got a real point.
No, fair enough.
Yeah, that's very convincing.
Yeah, sure.
Do you have tips on adventuring?
Quite many, yes.
Mary Bolton walks forward and walks up to the table and says, well, I believe questioning my reviews is always something you should do as well. I believe you've never heard of my work.
Oh, hi, Mary.
What? She just came out of nowhere. What's going on?
Hi, Mary Bolton.
Oh, Miss Mary, lovely to make your acquaintance. Sheraillynn Hulmes, my reputation precedes me, yes.
Yes. Well, I just want to say that I'm very embarrassed because you may have not have heard of my reviews, but they are very popular amongst younger groups. You wouldn't understand.
Oh, yes, I can imagine. So I don't go out to the theater much. I'm busy solving murders. But which brings me to, why did you murder Ramsey Humford?
Why did you, Mary?
Well, what evidence do you have against me?
Well, simply the fact that we were all talking about the murder of Ramsey Humford, and you were not present. Now, you suddenly are knowing what we're talking about.
How do you know I was not present?
I would have seen you, darling. Believe me, I cased the place before I walked up here.
And in that moment, I have the magic to remove the spell, but I do it in a way where I actually tear the face off. You never knew, did you?
I don't want my
I'm a
breakfast
lizard
anymore.
person, too.
I rip the costume off and I say,
I'll take
well, you see, There's been a miscommunication. I am a master of disguise, and due to my own juvenile nature, I tried to impress a young actress that Ramsey was with by cutting the legs out from under him, metaphorically speaking. I became a reviewer that told him that his shows weren't very good.
Cutting the legs.
No, not
You cut his
literally,
legs?
metaphorically.
Let's still write this down. Yes. Cut legs.
Cut legs.
I simply wanted to embarrass Ramsey in front of Capenna, who I found very attractive, and I became Mary Bolton.
His brain was in his dick.
In short, yes. Well, not short. It's fine.
Right.
It's a normal size.
In normal storytelling.
You asked about advice for adventures. My first thing would be don't try to impress young actresses.
But she was so pretty.
His brain
And,
was in his dick.
I
Write
mean-
it again.
Unless you can be embarrassed to death, I don't think.
Oh, you can.
Really?
What?
Oh, it's very gruesome. Oh my.
Tell us exactly
You've
what it's
seen
like.
that before.
Well, I've not seen it. I've investigated cases.
Sure, yeah.
When people say they were embarrassed to death, and then I have to prove, yes, they were, no, they were not.
Well, Miss Sheraillynn, if I may, not to step on your toes, as you can tell, we're a bit of a fuckhead group.
Speak for yourself, you piece of shit.
Right away, I picked that up.
So, I don't
a
think
bad
we
name
are
for us.
the fuckheads.
The fuckhead group.
What happened to the bubbles one?
But I don't think we're capable of premeditated murder. It's more of a impulsive, accidental murder.
And if we were going to murder someone in cold blood, why would we murder some stinky actor?
That is the question, isn't it? And that is the question that I will get to the bottom of. Now, I'm terribly sorry. Again, none of you will be leaving my side until we get to the bottom of this and I find out why this one was corroborating with this one to embarrass this actor and what they may have done after dismantling his spirits, if you will.
We'd be happy to help you in anything that will allow us to clear our name in your mind.
Yes, is there anything we can possibly do to assist you or prove to you that we are certainly not the murderers of Ramsey Humford?
Yes, of course. I've spent a long time talking to all of you. Who's in charge?
Me.
You're in charge? Yes. Do you vouch for these people?
No.
No?
Fucking hell.
Thank you.
They're only joking.
No, of course. They've saved my life multiple times.
No, yes or no, no?
Philly, you're
think
good
that
at
means
talking.
Is it just them who's in trouble, or is it all of us? Because, you know...
You and I didn't do shit.
We wanted to go get a drink. or
I can
something.
say that you probably won't get like murder charges, but accomplice is still a right fine thing to get.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds fun.
Yes, the prison time can be described as fun as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, God. Sheraillynn, would you like to ask us any questions to kick us off on this road to innocence?
Yes. When was the last time you saw Mr. Humford himself?
Not smell, but saw.
Yes, not smell but saw. Smell is the next question. Please don't read ahead.
It has been a couple of days.
I don't
barely
weeks,
remember
isn't it?
We were in the forest in Arden, right?
Yeah.
Last
You
time
were
we
in-
saw him.
You went to the forest of Arden.
Yeah, we took a boat, Kelbert, a boatsman
Was
down in
Ramsey
the
there?
Dalton. I think we left after that. But Kelbert,
She's someone of interest, miss.
Oh, great interest.
She's someone of interest, is Calvert. Should we be speaking of him?
No, not at
Oh,
all.
you had a look on your face when we mentioned Calvert.
No, I was. I was thinking about bacon. juicy, delicious bacon.
I think I've heard too
I'd
much.
say about a week ago we were in the forest of Arden, and we were ferried across by Kelbert, and we returned maybe a few days ago, and was immediately contracted by the Margrave and Thomas Exeter to deal with the cult problem in Verena.
They were trying to poison the well.
Hold on.
Well,
Burton,
Yeah, what can I do for you?
when's the last time that piece of shit Ramsey Humford was in here?
Oh, I wouldn't talk that ill about the dead.
Oh, I meant smells like shit.
Oh, yeah, smells like shit. He was, Well, I think it was the day that after you guys had the little who's it there over there, right there in the middle of the floor.
So it's been a while.
It's
since
been.
we've seen him.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Thanks, Burton.
That
been 1
that
week.
was let me see.
It's been a long week.
It was about 10 days ago or so.
And you do that thing, you just
I'm running a little abacus in my mind. That's what
I see. That's very interesting. So that's been the last time we saw him.
That was the last time we saw Ramsey.
Can I just roll insight just for?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
please do.
first
That makes
roll.
absolute
Roll
sense.
the night.
Oh yeah.
Wait, that is a 23 right there.
We got some metal dice.
This seems like a right group of fuck ups, and they seem to be telling the truth. Even this one, with all of his proclivities. Yeah. So you get a pretty good sense from them.
Well, I'm choosing to believe you.
Thank you.
Watsmith, jot that down.
No, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Underline it if you wouldn't mind.
Underline.
Circle
Please,
it.
please.
Circle it.
Put a heart
Choose
by
to
my
believe.
name.
Choose to believe. But I'll leave her.
Against better judgment.
Again, a better judgment. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I won't put a period at the end of that
Yeah,
sentence.
caveats may apply.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I love caviar.
Well, if Sheraillynn, if that sort of dismisses us from being considered suspects, would you be willing to share any details of what happened?
Yeah, tell us what happened.
Well, if I can agree, if we can all agree with you helping me come to the bottom of this, then I might be inclined to share a few details with you.
Shall we?
Taylor loves to get
We
to the
agreed
bottom
to
of
come
things.
to
I
your
love
bottom.
details.
Would you like to? Perhaps we could go check out the murder scene. Perhaps.
Oh, yes, that would right fine idea, Watsmith.
Is he still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Is he still there?
That's interesting.
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
Probably the body's not there, right?
I can't imagine.
It'd be really
Sink
smelling
it
like
up
shit
the
if they
place.
just left him.
Yeah.
And
The rumors were very true.
Right, sure, yeah, we'll go with you.
Wonderful. Sounds like a plan.
Did you want to get that drink before we left?
Can I throw 2 gold on the table?
yes, you got 2 gold. So Myrna does come back with your drink, and she takes it out. It's in a shot glass, and it's set on the table. It's got like a brown, like an amber color to it. Slides it down on the table. You're standing up. You can smell the like your eyes start to water a little bit. And she reaches into the pocket in her apron and pulls out a match, lights it up, and the drink lights on fire.
Where you been hiding that one?
What do I have to roll to save my eyebrows?
I call this the Burn and Myrna, just for you.
Take it, drink it.
With the flame lit? With the flame lit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of
course,
That's
that's
the
how you
best.
do
That's
it.
the best way to do it.
Oh my god.
Oh
I
yeah, absolutely.
slammed the glass down and I'm like, the drink was good, the pageantry was garish. Thank you so much.
Oh yes, yes, ma'am. It's a pleasure. But Watsmith leans over. Very sorry, ma'am. Sorry about that.
She takes the 2 gold coins.
You take two gold out of your inventory, and she's oh, well, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Puts it in and ambles off.
I guess 2 gold's a lot of coin, right?
2 gold is a very generous.
Like I
Paid
just
their
gave her like
rent for a
$1,000.
Well, it's like it's a good.
Would 1 cover everybody's stuff?
Broden, how much have you had to drink? You just gave that woman 2 gold.
It's like, hold on.
Did she make your armor by hand as well?
How much is that worth?
It was
You
generous.
willing to share?
It was a generous amount.
Okay.
Just ask for change.
Well, I can. You know what? I gave you too much money.
Broden, you can't call
I mean, you were great, but this is too much money.
She's like,
What is Andrew on?
Inflation times it's up.
yes, you're some new Ronin.
I said.
We haven't been to our free house either yet.
Right?
That's
That's where I want to go.
No,
Yeah,
let's-
we got a
let's-
new home. I don't know if you've heard, but we have our own tower now.
Maybe the murder
You
scene
need a
is on
place
the way.
to stay.
I
We
want to
haven't
be-
seen it, but
I want to be clear. I've
call it
not
Fuckhead
heard
Tower.
much of you.
Oh. Well,
So congratulations on your new home.
Thank you.
I'll send a gift to the housewarming if I must. But be nice.
Oh.
Shall we go check out the murder scene?
where is
yes,
it?
let's.
Titus?
Yes, Watsmith, please lead the way.
Yeah.
Bye, Mona.
Bye. Bye, y'all. See you soon.
All right, come on, Watsmith.
You don't give him
Burton.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Nothing.
All right.
Oh wait, I think I see Capenna. No, it was some other
somebody
person we don't know.
No, you don't. Come on. You gather your belongings and head out. With Sheraillynn out and Watsmith out from the Broken Leg Inn to the street. It's going now. It's late morning now, and the streets are bustling as they are often are. The cobbled roads. You hear the clatter of hooves and the carts rolling by, and you're not too far off from the town square. You can hear hawkers vending their wares, and but you're right. You're in the heart of the theater district here in Verena, and you're right next door to the Goose Theater. So there you approach this looming building. It's a large circular open air theater known as the Goose. There's a wooden placard painted with a goose over the door. There's the main doors are two large, heavy, kind of wide wooden doors. And as you approach, one of the doors opens, and a town guard steps out. He's wearing the colors of the Bolingbroke's purple tunic with a black raven on his chest, and he's got a dark purple cape across his shoulders, and he's got a well-kept mustache, and he carries his helmet beneath his arm as he comes walking out. He looks to be middle-aged. He's got kind of like a sleepy look in his eyes, and as he sees you approaching, he's kind of like, oh, it's kind of coming, and then he sees Sheraillynn and Watsmith, and a look of disdain crosses his face. Sheraillynn, you recognize this as Sergeant Lestrade of the Town Guard. Oh, Lady Holmes, Master Watsmith, what is it that you are doing here, may I ask?
I feel like you may know there's a body and we need to find out who did it. So of course they called in the best.
I would just like to say, I think that we have this well underhand. I do not believe your services will be necessary here.
Sounds like Matt needs
Thank
a
you
cough
so
drop.
much for that. However, no, we're going to be helping. My services are needed.
Well, I will tell you right now that it is without question that Capenna Lawton, the actress, is guilty of this crime.
Oh, thank God it's not us. Let's go home.
I can guarantee that it is her, and she was the last one to see him alive.
Capenna.
Lady Holmes,
You
if I
sure
might,
know a lot about it.
just as a quick refresher,
Who may I ask? Are you?
I'm Billy Wobbleaxe, and Thomas Exeter.
Wobbleaxe, that's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, you might have heard of us. And who took care of that cult problem that was happening? Was it the guard, or was it maybe? Was it us?
It was us. Oh, how interesting.
Oh, so maybe. Come correct.
I'm going to go have a talk with the captain of the guard, my superior. I do not believe your services will be necessary, however.
Well, the captain of the
Wonderful.
guard
It's
loves
been
us.
so long since I've seen the captain of the guard. I would love to be included in the conversation.
Yes, well, I will let him know that you are here.
Oh no, you can lead the way, and I take his arm.
Such a pretty clean cape you wear.
Thank you. He takes his helmet and he kind of puts it on, tries to hide behind as much of it as he can. I will. I hear there is an illness going around, leopard seed of some sort, called leopard seed. You might want to. There's a little room. He tries to weasel his way out from.
Oh, it's all right. We've all been vaccinated. We're good.
No, I don't. I've heard it's passing around. And he just weasels his way out and scurries off in a hurry. You are now standing outside the Goose Theater. The door is ajar, and the streets are bustling.
Tip for adventurers: just assume you have all the clearance and power you need.
Thank you. I'll write that down.
Is that like a form of privilege? Interesting.
Woodsmith, would you mind just starting a running list of advice?
You don't give him orders.
May we ask Woodsmith to give us a list of advice that you'll give?
Yes, you may.
Oh,
Would you mind starting to write down advice?
So no one's actually hired you. You've just sort of shown up and taken it on yourself.
The reef himself brought me in. The fact that was not communicated to the guard is beyond me and just magnifies the issues that this city has.
That's a lot of communication.
Maybe it's because the reef was having too much reef.
Oh,
That was really. Can we keep going? I'm sorry.
That's right.
Humor. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, shall we?
Mark didn't have anything.
I hold the door open for everybody. Shall we?
You push open the door, and the group enters. Rather a gaggle of folks going into the goose.
I don't get it.
Your mother will explain to you. You walk in and there's not much of a lobby in here. There's an open area here, and there's wooden stairs going upwards on either side of this room you've walked in, and then directly in front of you there's another pair of double doors. They are open, and they look into the house and the performance space of the theater. And you walk in, and you can see up on stage what you would guess would probably be a rehearsal of some sort is being engaged, and up on stage, those of you who know her recognize Capenna, the young blonde-haired, dainty ingenue who was recently hired by the Fitchfield players, and someone you don't recognize who's wearing like dark rough spun wool pants and shirt. Has a helmet on his head that is much too large for him, and then there are a couple of other people standing on stage towards the back upstage, and there are and then seated down on the benches. There are benches here on the where the groundlings would be standing. The benches down there in the house, and there is Wrisley Thitchfield, the Baron himself. Lord Wrisley is watching what is going on stage. You walk in, you see now, none of you has been in here before, there are rows of benches, as I said here, and there's 3 tiers going up. There's 3 balconies, basically, that go up. Looking down, there is a covered stage. It is open air, but there is a covered stage with large posts. If you've ever seen the Globe Theater, it is very similar, and you kind of walk in. It's a fairly impressive sight as you come in, there seems to be the middle of a scene up on stage, and Capenna begins. Will you walk in, my lord? Oh, Rieta, how often I have wished me thus. Wished, my lord. The gods grant, oh my lord, what would they grant? What makes this pretty abruption? What too curious? Dreg espies my sweet lady in the fountain of our love. More dregs than water if my fears have eyes. Fears make devils of cherubims. They never see truly. Blind fear. That seeing reason leads finds safer footing than blind reason stumbling without fear. To fear the worst oft cures the worst. Oh, let my lady apprehend no fear. All in Cariata's pageant there is presented no monster, nor nothing monstrous neither. Nothing but undertakings, and we vow to weep seas, live in fire, eat rocks, tame tigers, thinking it harder for our mistress to devise imposition enough than for us to undergo any difficulty imposed. This is the monstrosity in love, lady, and the will is infinite, and
For the love of God.
execution! Lord Wrisley, that the desire is found. Reg, thank you so much. Really Great work. So appreciative. If you wouldn't mind, let's take 10. And it was, thank you, 10. And the folks upstage disappear into the wings, and Reg, who is, his hands are like shaking, and he's dropping pages of script onto the ground, and he walks back, and he says, Capenna, dear, darling, please don't leave. Just come here. And she comes down, and she's kind of like squats down, and they begin to talk when she looks up and sees your gaggle of people standing in the back of the house.
Hello.
Delric? What are you doing here?
Yes.
What is Lord Risley looks around. What exactly is what are you? Who are? Oh, I recognize a couple of you. Yes, William Wobbleaxe, if I'm not mistaken.
Very close. Very close. Billy.
Billy. Oh.
Hello, you remember me, Creelanov? We talked.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You referred to me by my first name. Yes, that is correct. I recall that. Well, I'm so impressed. What brings you to the middle of my closed rehearsal?
Oh, we can't just be here to comment on the adept skill of your new actor. He said all the right lines in more or less the right order. So.
I think I know how Ramsey died. It was a joke. It was bad acting.
Shouldn't joke about a dead man.
Yes, that's a rather sore subject at the moment. I'm afraid, Master Haventhorn.
Yes, and exactly. Who has been investigating this scene since he? But
the town guard did come and take the body and explored the scene, and just now, Sergeant Listrid was here interviewing some of the actors and myself.
Wonderful! I'm so happy to say you have someone who knows what they're doing now coming to investigate.
Yes, he did not say. He seems to think he has the answer. So I look forward to having that reviewed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't believe he does yet because I take out my monocle, which doesn't have a lens in
I thought
it.
you pulled an eyelash out there. All right.
That's the end of the night. Take off my monocle, no lens, just wipe off the lens, put it back. I'm like, I would like to ask some follow-up questions to, I'm sure Sergeant Lustrid's very, very thorough questioning. I just think there might be some things that he missed out on.
I suppose that might be possible. And if I may ask, who are you?
Sheraillynn Hulmes from Stratford, thank you so much. The Reeve called me in personally to deal with this.
Yes, I have heard of you.
Of course you have, everyone has.
Yes.
I had no fucking idea who she was.
Yeah, well, I understand, but I have heard of your prowess. So I suppose it would be welcome. Though, again, as I say, I think the sergeant seemed to think he had it under control.
Well, the sergeant doesn't have much under control.
Oh, I see.
Well, while you lead us to where the body was found, why don't you go ahead and fill them in on all the things they missed out on hearing about me?
Yes, of course. Well, we were in rehearsal yesterday morning, and we're getting ready. We were supposed to have opened Rise and Conquer. Tears begin to well in the Lord's eyes. My masterpiece, if I must say. And it is, of course, the story of the great hero Emasculus, who Ramsey was to play. And, well, he had... he was upset. There was a Mary Bolton who had come through, some theatre critic whose name I must admit I had never heard of.
No, neither of us, yeah.
And she had come through, and last week, 10 days, 2 weeks ago, and seemed to have rattled his nerves, which is rather a difficult situation to be in, as he is the lead. He is Emasculus in Rise and Conquer.
Actors are fragile.
Yes. No offense, dear Capenna. Why don't you go back to the dressing room, darling? Yes, excellent.
Do you need help finding the dressing?
He rubs her back. He's like, excellent, very good, all right. And she walks back.
Treat this. Was that loud?
It was a she's rather unsettled by the entire thing.
They hadn't known each other for long, Penna and Ramsey. I mean, they'd only known each other for a few days,
Yeah,
right?
no, not too long. About a week to 10 days. Yes.
Had they gotten close in that time?
Well, you know, it's, I dare say, when one does a play with others, I'm sure you wouldn't understand.
No.
But it's an environment where you become very close very rapidly. You're trained to emote and be open to one another, and sometimes emotions get the better of you, but you become close very quickly. You converse very quickly, and it's
Sounds awful.
Sounds fair.
Yes, it's
Contrived.
yes, it is a. If you find that you have been called, it is both the greatest reward and the greatest burden, I find. Yes.
And hearing this, it makes me want to donate to the Classical Theater Company. You can donate below.
God, it's happening
there's a
again.
link. You can go to classicaltheater.org at any point in time, make a donation. It'll help us bring this wonderful theater to the stage.
I think Bronan's dissociated.
Ronan, snap out of it.
Bronan.
What's going on? Sorry about that.
So were you the last to see the body?
More and more frequently.
I will say I did not find the body. It was actually it was Reg.
And how long has Reg been with you, if I may?
Sorry, is Reg the replacement actor?
He is a stagehand who was performing admirably as best as he could, I find. Yes.
What did he die of?
It was not directly clear, but it seems that his lips had gone rather black.
Chlamydia.
I don't believe it was a venereal disease, but it was. It came on.
Well, we can cross that off the list.
It came on quite quickly. There was the town guard seemed to think that it was poison, so thus the assumption of murder. But I could not say for certain.
Do you have a prop master?
Well, yes.
Or do you make your own props?
I do not make props. These hands have not touched a lathe.
Or a lady.
Bronan, I had no idea you knew so much about the theater.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
I've been overhearing people at the Broken Leg Inn discuss the ins and outs of theater.
Brenda, do you feel that call? Got the bug?
My performance isn't too bad. I'm just saying.
I'd like to see that.
I bet you could do better than that Reg fellow.
It all began with that wig that you gave me when we went to go see the brother at the Church of Lore.
Oh, yeah. You did make a very convincing real lady.
Oh, this is incredibly inside of us to talk about. Let's get
Sorry,
back to this murder investigation.
Is
Yes.
the room that you found Ramsey in the exact state it was found in, or has it been cleaned or anything?
More or less to my understanding, yes, it is his dressing room.
Did Reg have any ambition to
Doesn't look
Did you?
to do more than his usual stagehand duties before the death of what's his name, Ramsey?
Did you hear, Reg? I don't think ambition is a thing that exists within him.
I mean, did he want to be an actor? I'm not saying is he good. I'm just saying, did he seem to
I
want?
would
There are a lot of
say he
bad
seems to be
actors.
fairly uncomfortable in on stage. He seems to fit backstage, and I am increasingly believing this as time has gone on, and I am also increasingly concerned about the state of things, if I must admit.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary the day of Ramsey's death?
He, I should add, he's got this very well kept, like dark brown beard, and he's like kind of a graying at his temples and a couple streaks of gray in his beard. And it like comes to like a little point.
He's Doctor Strange?
Yeah, basically. So he's kind of like stroking the point of his beard. He goes, not that I recall anything specific, unusual. Ramsey, we were rehearsing the scene that you were just observing. It is a seminal moment in the story. You understand? It is the last moment that Emasculus sees his young lover Rieta before he goes to battle, from which he does not return. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Yes. And it is yes.
Can I roll insight?
Sure, make an insight check.
Before I start reading this dude's mind.
Let's get in there.
It's just method acting.
15.
50. What he said thus far seems to be fairly honest, from what you can gather. He doesn't seem to be. You don't get the sense that he's been lying to you, but you feel like he's probably not telling you everything, or you haven't asked the right question yet, perhaps.
So, did Ramsey quit the show?
Well, I will say he did after his run-in with that Bolton woman, who seemed to, by the way, have disappeared as quickly as she showed up, I might add. He wound up coming back to the theatre. We were rehearsing that evening, and he was in a dreadful state, back in his dressing room, crying uncontrollably. I took everything to get him to finally calm down. Hours of it.
Did you give him some substance to help him calm down?
I did not, though. I wish to high heaven I had some red nanny. It probably would have helped the situation, from what I understand. But I was dreadfully disappointed.
Smooth.
Real smooth. Weed is the stuff that you...
It is, but he came back most upset, dreadfully upset, and as I say, crying uncontrollably like a child. And I must say I lost my patience with him a bit. I did, because he would not. Just wouldn't shut up about this Mary Bolton person. And I had my masterpiece opening in a week, and so, as you might imagine, it was problematic. So, not that. In a few days it was, in fact, not just in a week. So, I got him to eventually stop crying, when the rest of us did. Capenna, I think, was the one who finally managed to soothed his bruised ego and got him to calm down a bit. And we got back to rehearsal, but he was in such a state. It took several days for him to even get the gumption to get back up on stage. So I wound up postponing the opening, much to my chagrin. And I had to relay the news to all the who's who of Varenna and the North March. I had relatives coming in from afar, as you might imagine, and tell them that, no, sorry, we'll have to open the following week. So we were going to open the following week, which was, of course, last night. And as we were putting the finishing touches on the this seminal moment in the play, this rehearsing yesterday, he began to not feel well, and so he went to lie down. And as we went to go lie down, and turns out he was in fact dying, it seems. And we laid down in his dressing room and did not get up again.
That's a real committed actor right there.
Indeed, tiefling.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Interesting.
We call him Thexis most of the time.
Yeah, I've got a name. Thanks for asking.
I see. Thexis. I see.
Could you tell us, were there any moments before that seminal scene in the play that he consumed anything
What did you think,
on
by
stage?
the way, of the dialogue? I know it wasn't delivered all that well, but it was...
The word contrived comes to mind.
Yes, I would love to give notes. He's emasculous, yes?
Emasculous, yes. Well, surely you meet the great hero, Emasculous.
Well, yes, of course.
Yeah.
But if he's really emasculous, maybe the dialogue should also reflect that and do more to emasculate him. Think on it. Think on it.
I never put that together.
I believe that.
I never put that together. That's very interesting.
So, okay,
All
Reg
right.
was the one who found him, you said.
Yes, Reg found him. We want to go. We want to get back to rehearsal, and I sent Reg back, and Reg found him rather.
In the scenes before this, did he consume anything on stage? Was there a prop drink he had to have, or anything like that?
No, nothing that I can think of.
Who was the guard who came to pick up the body?
Well, several of the town guard. I did not ask.
It was a group of them, a big group.
It was, yeah. Oh, yes. There was a good half dozen of them or so.
Has Reg always been his understudy?
Reg is not an understudy. I am panicking.
Do you have an understudy?
So, for myself.
For Ramsey.
I had not, or you could imagine, I would not have gone with Reg.
Well, it seems this is.
Although I myself have considered taking the role. I think it is a bit too much to write, direct, produce, and star in my.
Oh, I'm sure you've done it a million times. I'm sure you have.
Tonight I have considered it, but I have not. I have not done.
Honestly, I couldn't imagine the ego it takes to write, produce, and star in one show. Amazing.
You know what they say, when you wear many hats, you seldom wear one well at all.
Yes, and I wear so many hats. I do. Thank you for noticing.
Did he change at any point in time his feeling towards wanting to be an actor? Because he was complaining about Mary Bolton, but
I was concerned. I was concerned for him. Over the course of the last week, I was concerned.
But did he change his tune?
He bucked up within a few days, as I say.
Who consoled him?
Capenna, the young mistress. She seemed to.
How is she to work with as an actress? Can you tell us more about her?
Come on, focus.
She's a delight. She's a delight, a real talent. You know, I saw her in Tyre, north of here, the town. A few days north of here. I saw her there. I was passing by in my carriage, and I noticed that I picked her out of the crowd. You could just see she just radiated,
with talent.
With talent.
Oh yes.
Just an incredibly talented young lady. And I said, would you like to come down here? Come to the Goose Theatre. Bring your belongings, get your family's permission, and come on down. And we'll see if we can't find a place for you in the Thitchfield Players. And lo and behold, we did. I believe we met that morning, in fact.
Oh, how amazing. And
Yes.
could you tell us, what is your favorite thing about her as an actress?
My favorite thing about her as an actress, she has an honesty that I must say I have rarely seen in one so young. It's just she's got a worldly quality about her. She is, I don't know, but 20 years old, I believe, and just a remarkable young actress.
And totally off the subject,
Yes.
are you single?
Elric, you're married.
Yes.
I am.
I am?
All questions are pertinent.
No, I am married.
Oh, how is
lady
your wife
wife.
doing?
She's fine, thank you.
Is she part of the production as well? Does she work here?
Oh no, she's not. She's not one for that. Though she yes, young mistress.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
Amelia.
please. I'm used to it.
Well, I was just wondering how she feels about, this job of yours, this passion of yours that takes you away from home so often.
Well, I dare say we have a home on High Hill where we spend most of our time, and of course an estate out in the country.
Oh, High Hill. Love High Hill.
Yes, it's a lovely neighborhood. Have you been?
Yes, recently, actually.
Yes, we have recently, yes. Met some very nice people there.
That is surprising to me.
Hanging out with the Margrave.
You know, Margaret.
The higher hill.
I am
Highest heel.
I am familiar with Lord Henry. Yes.
Is he a donor to your little theatre here?
He does not support us physically, but fiscally, but he does attend our plays from occasion. He's a lover of the arts, though one might not guess it from his rough and tumble attitude and persona.
So, other than the people we've already discussed, was there anyone who, one, would have an interest in postponing this show for good or having it turn out poorly? or someone who is especially close to Ramsey?
Well, young Cree, I will say, that is an astute question. I'm
Don't know
surprised.
what that means.
I'm surprised that it came
your
from your
butt makes
lips,
a
in
noise.
fact.
It's an attitude.
I like you better than I thought I would. That's funny. Yeah.
Across the street, you may note there is another theatre.
Friars, yeah?
The Greenfriars. Yes.
Oh, the Green Files are great things there. Wonderful shows.
Oh, everything you've heard is lies then.
Oh, really?
Indeed.
Oh, support local arts? I guess not.
They, the Baroness Lena Underwell is their patron, and a wretch of a woman, I might add.
How long have you known each other?
Oh, our families have known each other for generations.
Oh, that
And she
explains
and
it.
I have never seen eye to eye. Well, on most things, I should say.
Did you used to date?
Oh no, we've never courted. But she has a great green looks good on her. She has a great deal of envy towards my theatre, I would add.
Did, per any chance, when did you secure Ramsey Humford for your stable of actors?
Oh well, I brought him. Another excellent question. A good story I've got for you. Have a seat, Master.
Oh, I guess we'll sit.
All right.
Just him until
on
we
the
all
bench?
sit
Can we
down.
sit? Wait, can we sit on stage?
This is a hell of a tip.
You may sit on the apron if you care.
Apron.
I'll run over in a
as he's
jump
telling
up
the
on it.
story.
Absolutely. He kind of looks a little nervously. Well, I found young Ramsey when he was but a street urchin, actually. He was, but he was. I found him. He was living on the docks, just north of here on the riverside, and he was just. I would see him every day passing as I would go to my river barge, and he would be there. And he would be never ask for money directly, but he would. He was I could tell he was a handsome lad, about 12, 13, was a scrawny thing, but had clear blue eyes, as I'm sure you have noted, and he was one who just kind of caught my attention every day. It was just a lad there living on the docks, and one day he came up and he asked if he could shine my boots for a copper. And I said, "Say that again, lad." And he said, "May I shine your boots for $1?" And I was like, "My word, you have a very deep voice." And have you ever thought about a life on the stage? And he said, "I don't know what that means." And I was like, I've got some things to show you, lad. And the next day I apprenticed him, and he worked his way up. And by the time he was 18 years old, I will say he was my leading man, I must say.
Oh, a bit of an Alexander Pierce, I would have to say. Oh, you don't like Pierce's work?
Not a fan.
Well, that brings me to another question, if I may, Sheraillynn.
Yes, of course.
Did Ramsey have any other theatres trying to court his services after he came of age?
Not to my knowledge. I'm not aware of such things. But the Baroness is not unknown to be unscrupulous from time to time, but I have not heard of any direct.
Underwell. That's who you're talking
Indeed, yes.
If it's possible, if
Not
Reg-
my wife. Although, I mean, from time to time she can be unscrupulous, I must admit.
if Reg does not work out
Didn't
for
need that many
you,
details.
are you ready to go on in place of Ramsey in the event that Reg just doesn't work out?
I fear my ego is just not big enough.
Well, maybe.
Sure.
So you're in need of a good actor.
I am, and I suppose we'll have to continue to postpone the opening until we can find the right role.
do.
I mean, it's difficult. It's a large role. It is emasculous.
Don't worry, I believe I have a solution. If you allow us to look around, decipher some more clues, and find out who's actually responsible for this murder, you can have Watsmith for the role. Yes, he's wonderful.
Madam, I don't believe that would be very good at pronouncing.
He's known for his diction.
Very good.
Not on pro.
See, he's a natural.
It does sound like that.
He does seem like a competent person who could certainly go on with a book, I should say.
Why don't you pick Billy?
You all right? Is that the leopard seed?
Yeah, anybody got a cough drop or anything like that?
A what?
I think I'm dissociating.
Next is bring you back.
Just donate to the classical theater company.
Baron
Yes.
Richfield.
Twitchfield.
Subscribe on
Stitchfield.
Oh, I apologize.
Young-
I can't read my own handwriting.
Young Mistress Druid.
My condolences. I did not realize that you and Ramsey were attached for so long in this business.
It was hard to see him go, I will say, but he did not seem the same. You know, ever since the incidents with this Bolton woman.
Well, I'm sure it was bound to happen with that weak ego. Anyways.
Yes, apparently you can be plagued with embarrassment until you die.
Yes. Yes. Oh, well, all right then.
The guilt is setting in.
Well, yes. So, I would. I mean, although I have the utmost confidence in the town guard, I would think that that it would be solved shortly. There's Sergeant Lestrid seems to think he has it under control, but
Sir Thitchfield,
yes.
never have confidence in the guard.
Yeah.
Defund the god, if honestly.
Maybe we
All gods are
see.
bastards.
Maybe we see his dressing room.
Egad.
Well, yes, certainly.
Agab.
I don't see why not. Yes.
Could you have Red show us?
Yes, that's not a problem. Reg! And Reg comes out. Reg is he's like a little mousy fella, maybe in his mid-40s, with little kind of rounded, hunched shoulders, and a skinny guy, and he's got like a wispy beard and a receding hairline, and he comes shuffling out. And he's like, yes, your lordship, what can I do for you? Show these gentlefolk to the dressing room, please. Specifically, they want to see Ramsey's dressing room. But of course, please come, follow me. So you guys hop up onto the stage, and he takes you straight back into the wings, down a couple of hallways, and you see what must be. You see, there's props hanging places. There's scenery kind of stuffed in all these different locations, and takes you to down this narrow corridor to where there are several doorways off of this corridor, and indeed into he opens a door, and it is a dressing room, and he says that this is Ramsey's, or was.
Reg, how you doing, buddy, with all that? Must have been hard for you.
Yeah, well, I didn't sign up to be emasculous.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not having a good time.
We never do. It's just thrust upon us.
Not really. I didn't really. I don't want to go out on stage really.
How do you like working at the Goose in general? Like,
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
you never thought about maybe trying another theater?
No, I've been here. Oh gosh, going on more than 20 years. I'd say more than 20
Been here
years.
a long time.
I've been here a long time. Yeah.
Was Ramsey nice to the stagehands?
Yeah, Ramsey was all right. He was kind of full of himself, if I'm being honest. You know, he's a little kind of thought a lot of himself.
But was he a good actor?
He had that voice, you know.
I wouldn't know about that.
And how
He really rode that voice, all the way to the bank.
That was like his crowning achievement with that voice.
And boom.
Yeah, and he never
Hit that ceiling and just.
he never lets you forget it. He would never let you forget it.
And how would you describe his relationship with Ditchfield?
Well, I mean, they seem to be all right. But he was, well, I'm sure you heard that, well, Ramsey had a bit of a breakdown. And when he came back, well, there was some tension because the Baron is really keen on this play. He thinks it's his masterpiece. I mean, if I'm being honest.
No, sure, yes.
Secret. Please don't tell me.
Oh, no.
So you heard it.
Yeah, right. So anyway,
It may be his masterpiece.
oh, ouch. Burn. Yeah. But there seemed to be a great deal. It's a lot more shouting after he came back. I find there was a lot more shouting
From the Baron?
from the Baron and Rams. Like between the two of them, there seemed to be a lot of strain. There seemed to be some strain.
Great.
Just in a general sense. No, you go first.
Well, who shares the dressing room next to Ramsey?
The next one over, that's Miss Capenna.
And she was the last one to speak to him, correct?
She was, yeah.
On stage or off stage?
On stage.
Well, she got him out of the slump, right?
Yeah.
She did. Yeah, she did. He was inconsolable.
Did the Baron
He
yell-
couldn't be consoled.
Did the Baron yell at Capenna as well to all distress?
No, he's fond of her. He's fond of her. She's new to she's the newest member of the company, and he's
Like weird fond or like,
Yes,
she's a nice lady?
Exactly how fond?
Fond or fondle?
Tell her.
I was thinking it too, I won't lie.
Oh my. Well, I will say that I've never seen his lordship do anything towards anyone.
You're a bit funny in the head, aren't you?
I spent a long time in the dark backstage by myself, so
Oh, she can get outside sometime.
I wonder what that's like.
They haven't invented glow tape yet.
Can I
Just void, just tape.
peek around the room, see if there are any bottles? Or
Yeah, make a
anything that
perception
looks
check.
a little weird.
The bottle of Chardonnay.
Yeah.
And I
sitting in the
wonder if
lock.
you could point out to us, Reg, generally where you found him and what the scene looked
Oh,
like.
yeah.
Sure.
It's a 14.
14. So you're just kind of like getting a sense of this like corridor with all the stuff in it, basically.
It's a room, isn't it?
Are you you're in the dressing room?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the dressing room. Okay. So you take a look around the dressing room, Bronin, and you see there's a cot there that's about 6 feet long and fairly comfortable, and then there is a wardrobe. With costumes and clothes and whatnot hanging in it, and then there is a long table and a big mirror over it. There's assorted accoutrements, some makeup, and you see the pages of Ramsey's loose pages of Ramsey's script sort of spread about on the stage on the counter there, and then there's a chair. There's also a small table, round table with another high-backed chair in it, and there's a vase with a couple flowers in it and some and like a nice it looks like the remnants of like a meal that was eaten, like a plate and a fork and some crumbs.
Can I investigate
Yeah, I
that
was gonna-
plate?
Yes. Make an investigation check.
10.
Wow.
Really resonant.
Yeah. So
I have a degree in musical theater.
so you're checking.
So
you're,
10 was a new number.
So you're you're investigating the table.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take a look out. There's the plate and fork. There's like there's a knife and fork and some like crumbs and remnants on the dish there, and then there's the vase with a couple of orange flowers in it, and that's all that's on the table.
Okay.
And a napkin, I should say.
You said the lips, and this is I guess history recall that the lips turn black.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to ask him if he could describe what he saw when he found Ramsey.
I came in and he was.
Use Billy as a prop. You be his body and show him how the body was found. Yes.
Touch him.
Yes.
Oh, what? I don't know.
Was the tongue out?
No touching.
I don't know this gentleman, but he was just lying down. Like if you just lie down there on that cot,
Okay.
It was his head, no other end, his other way. There you go.
Strength?
Yeah, his head was on the pillow. not the
Oh,
other-
okay,
yeah.
lovely. It's weird that I slept like
it a
that.
panic
got down like that
phase?
first
that was
time.
weird.
What's it smell like?
What do I smell?
Make a perception check.
Shit.
That's a 6.
You have a cold today. You,
I smell it.
so there's an allergy, something. Sure, yes, Cree, you can make a perception check
Come
as well.
on, fancy nose.
Right next to my face.
Oh, nat 20, baby.
Nice.
You smelled the past, past, present, and future.
I think I smell the creation of the universe.
You sniff the pillow. That's what you're sniffing.
The cot.
The cot in general. Okay.
Billy. You're smelling Billy.
Billy, move over for a second.
You like scoot next to Billy on this little tiny cot now, as you're both like kind of like on there, and you've turned around and you're like got your face like down into the pillows, like sniffing, and you smell sweat, and there seems to be a kind of there's like a bitter smell. It's like an acrid smell in the pillow.
I smell normal human smell, and then something weird. It's like a
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry.
bitter acrid. I don't know that word. A bitter biting sort of thing. It's sharp. I don't.
Is there a stain on the pillow?
It's unnatural something,
Make an investigation check on the pillow.
and it doesn't smell like blood or anything.
18. It's
18.
19 minus 1.
Nice. So you take the pillow. You're just like still sniffing at Cree as he pulls it away, and and Billy, your head just flops back on the thing.
It's not like a blood smell, is it?
No. It's not like a metallic kind of smell. It's got a like a kind of a sharp smell to it. And so you look at it. There doesn't seem to be anything unusual, like an unusual like stain. There, it just seems to be there's like normal drool and sweat stains on a pillow.
Ew.
I'm sorry. That's what's on a pillow.
That's
That's on your pillow.
Here you go, Cree.
Can I?
detect?
Go ahead. Can I make an investigation check to
bet.
see, like, if he was dragged to the bed? Like, if there's anything on the scuff marks? or
Sure. Yeah.
whatever?
Absolutely. Make an investigation check,
yeah.
please.
Come on,
I'm
detective.
gonna pull out my loot.
Well, that is not good, because that was a crit fail.
Oh well, no. It's a skill check, so it's okay. So
okay, great.
so add your bonus.
So that's a 7.
Okay, all right. You get down.
Wait, which I...
We have that effect. We have that effect. on
Actually, I think
people.
I have the eye for detail. Oh, no, that's eye for deceit. Never mind.
Oh, no, you do have Iverdeen.
Yeah, but that's something different.
You take your monocle out and you wish that it had a lens in it because you get down, you're kind of examining the ground, but Sheraillynn, you don't see anything that seems to indicate someone was dragged or not dragged.
Can I loan her my eyes of minute seeing?
Oh yes. So Sheraillynn, Vornelia pulls from her satchel a pair of lenses, glasses that as you put them on, it magnifies everything. So what is that? What can you tell her what that does?
Okay. These crystal lenses fit over the eyes. While wearing them, you can see much better than normal out to the range of 1 foot. You have advantage on intelligence checks that rely on sight while searching an area or studying an object within range.
Okay, so I will allow you to roll one more die 20 to make one more investigation check.
And actually, can I use my eye for detail? Because that is to check to uncover or decipher clues.
Okay,
And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
with investigations. So,
Excellent. Yep.
let's use the other die here. Well, still not great. That's a 10.
A 10. Okay.
Yeah.
You
Better than 7.
you're looking. You look around. You find they're wood. It's wood boards in here backstage, and you're kind of moving around. There is I should mention a throw rug on the ground as well. But you don't see anything that seemed to indicate that at least the rug was not disturbed if someone was dragged across it at the very least.
Can I detect poison and disease?
That'll be useful.
You may.
Sounds like a really good.
Is that a spell you have?
It can be a ritual, but it takes 10 minutes.
Okay, I think we'll probably take the
have
10
time.
minutes.
Okay.
All right, perfect.
I think I'm gonna see if there's a latrine here.
I was literally about to do that.
That's a great idea, Bronin. Can I go to the makeup stand and just sort of start uncapping makeup and smell these?
Yeah.
Any of these sound familiar? Smell familiar?
So we'll go here first, then we'll come to you. So Vornelia, you take 10 minutes to ritualize this detect poison and disease. And can you just tell me what the spell does?
For the duration, you can sense the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You can identify any kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay.
And how long does it last?
10 minutes.
Quick, move her about.
All right. So Vornelia,
Like a metal detector.
you sit down. You cross your legs there. You sit on the carpet there, the little throw rug in the center of the floor, and everyone just kind of stands around. Reg is like, what is?
It's cool. Just watch.
Okay. And Vornelia, you close your eyes and you reach out with your ability to tap into nature around you. You can feel the wood underneath you, the trees that the wood was hewn from, that connects you to nature, and you feel all of the elements. And as you pull the energy from these elements into your body, you open your eyes with a snap. And immediately you're looking around. There's kind of a green tint to everything as you look around, and you see immediately. You open your eyes and you're basically inadvertently staring straight at the flowers in the vase. Seem to be poisonous.
He ate the flowers?
These flowers are poison.
Oh.
Well, some flowers are, aren't they? Like those red ones with the green stems.
Lots of them.
Roses.
No. Different ones.
Oh, okay.
Can I go up to the flowers and
Absolutely.
Hello, yeah.
So make an investigation check.
That is a 25.
Ooh,
That's what I need.
heavens to Betsy. Yeah. So you come up real close, Sheraillynn, and you get real close, and you without attempting to smell or touch them, but just examining, you look and you see that they're in a glass vase that you can see that's not clear. It's got a green tint to it, so you can't really get a good glimpse of the water. But the flowers themselves, they've got green stems and orange petals, and as you get closer, you can see there are in the center of the flower. There's a yellow center to the flower, and you see that there is a very tiny brown specks in it that you are almost certain are not from this flower.
Is there a card or anything on it? Signed murderer.
Love me. Vornelia, I will add, you did find remnants of the poison in the sweat on the pillow.
There's also traces of whatever's in that flower on this pillow.
Good job laying in it, Billy. Don't touch it.
Kept the makeup and that's fucking stupid.
Do you think it's the kind where if you inhale it, it's bad for you?
Reg, do you deliver the flowers for the actors?
I did. Yeah.
Do you remember who gave you this vase?
Let's see. This would have been a couple days ago. It was there was a gentleman. He came to the front of the theater. He was I didn't recognize him, no.
What do you look like?
Any defining characteristics like gross scar? Oh, that's rude. Normal scar. Or
No, he was just kind of a plain-looking fella. His middle-aged guy had a bit of a mustache, and he was Watsmith is like mustache. And I would say he was I don't know, maybe my age, 40s probably.
Like a
colour
Tom
was his
Selleck
hair?
type.
What colour was his hair?
He didn't have much hair, I got to tell you. It was It was a kind of a red,
write that down.
faded. Oh, yes, no, I didn't want to
Say,
Balding, reddish moustache.
Yeah. Well, the mustache wasn't balding. He had a pretty good sized mustache, but his head was balding.
Sheraillynn, you know the sergeant, right? Is he bald?
He is not.
he is not no.
Okay. Just a thought.
Well, I'm out of guesses.
Maybe we should
Do
poke
I know
around.
anyone else with a reddish mustache?
Make a
Delric
does have a red
like a mustache and like a little chin thing.
You say reddish mustache, we
We
all just.
swim around.
It was Blake Weir.
make a. It could be a lot of people.
Is that
Make
hair real?
an intelligence,
What is
a straight
that?
intelligence check.
I would hate for my real self to come
Oh,
into
that's
play.
an
That'd be
8.
so funny.
8. It could be. It's too many people. It could be
That's
potentially.
so many mustaches.
So many mustaches.
In this world, a lot of gingers. I mean, it's just...
Yeah.
Did this
Magic.
Verena is just filled with redheads.
Right?
Did this bloke have anything for you to tell Ramsey? He didn't have anything to say to you.
No, he had come with he had a couple bouquets of flowers. He came with him. He was delivering them, and then I delivered
Who else
these.
got flowers?
Well, all the dressing rooms got some flowers.
And who are they from?
I didn't ask. They were just. We
So
usually
he was
get.
just a delivery guy.
I mean, he delivered them, so I wouldn't call him just.
Any ring?
He's a fully realized human being.
I don't know about that.
He's not just some random NPC.
Were any
That's a backstory.
were any of the
Alexander
flowers
Pierce,
given to the director, or was it just the actors?
Oh, just for the cast.
It was just for the cast. So the director did not receive.
It was for opening night. You know.
Is it common for actors to receive gifts for shows?
It's fairly common if your family loves you and you're opening a show.
But they're all from the same place.
Your family loves you.
Is
And
there
you're
one
opening a
flower
show.
Is there one?
You should get
flower
flowers or
Detective.
anything would be nice. Card.
Brandon, please, the stream.
Reg, come back. Reg,
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, Sir Knight, you were saying.
Yeah, you seem really affected for your actor friends, and I appreciate that. I've heard actors talk about that stuff.
Detective Holmes, when you investigated these flowers, what did you see? Do you think they're poisonous?
Yes, the flowers are most definitely poisonous. They have a bit of brown spectacles on them that are quite foreign from the flowers themselves. And I believe that if we don't find out who sent these, then the Goose Theatre and his goose will all be cooked. So,
Oh, I love that.
let's go into. I think we should investigate some of the other dressing rooms to make sure the flowers themselves there do not have these same specs.
That's a good idea, yeah. Do you think the other actors in right now? Could we go and...
I'll save Capenna.
How did
I
we all
believe-
go to say?
Yes, I think that we need to talk with Capenna as well.
Just Miss Capenna. Everyone else was given the rest of the day off because I was learning to be a masculus.
So no one else is
Oh.
here right now.
You didn't have to learn much.
It's a lot of lines, miss. Oh man.
You mind knocking on Capenna's door? Would we like to go to talk to and see
Not
Capenna's...
a problem. Sure. He goes and
We'll maybe take the flowers with us.
yes, Miss Capenna, there are some guests to see you here. Oh, yes. They were the folks from out in the theater. Yes. Is Delric with them?
I sure am.
Oh, and she opens. Hello, yes.
I just let myself in.
I'm afraid I don't know you, ma'am. Oh, and
Of
you,
course you do. Everyone
share-
does.
you Sir Dwarf.
It's Sheraillynn Hulmes.
Wow,
Oh,
this is your real dressing room. Huh?
You step in, and it looks very similar to Ramsey's, although it is more ordered. There's a wardrobe, there's a cot, there is a dressing station with a mirror over the and she's got makeup. She seems there is another small table with a chair and some flowers set upon it.
What's that smell?
Would you like to make a perception check?
Yes.
Okay, make a perception check.
Being a new actress, I see you have an equity cot. Interesting. You see, what an actor.
That's a 13.
A 13. You're not sure what that smell is.
Okay.
Can I go check out the flowers?
Absolutely, yes. Please make a perception check, and you can make it with advantage since we'll give you the spectacles.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. You said perception or investigation?
Perception.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, investigation. You are correct. Investigation.
So that first one's a dirty 20, and that's a crit 20.
Oh, nice. All right. Okay.
The murderer's hiding in the closet.
Who gave you those dice? Those dice are rigged.
Got it from an anime convention I work.
You check the flowers with the spectacles, and they seem to be identical. These orange flowers with these yellow centers, but they do not have the same brown specks upon them.
Lady Sheraillynn, what color is the vase?
What color is it?
It is similarly a green tinted vase.
This one is green as well.
Well,
A green vase.
So
And there's green friars, right?
this one's not poisonous.
No, it's not poisonous. They are very
Poisonous. Capenna seems alarmed. Oh, are the flowers? Is there something wrong with the flowers?
We were being
yes, no,
cold.
this is
Could I make an insight on Capenna?
Sure, make an insight check. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, it's not bad. 19.
19. She seems legitimately concerned that the flowers might be poisoned.
Capenna, have no fear about the flowers. We were merely speaking in a sort of different language for just a moment, much like you do on stage.
Fuckheads.
Question, did your flowers come with any sort of note?
Oh no, I believe. Well, the Baron has all the flowers delivered, I believe.
As a gift for a good show,
Yes,
right?
opening night. Yes, we were supposed to open. I was supposed to play Rietta
Oh, don't worry, Capenna, you'll have
and
your
rise
time.
and conquer this fabulous play. It's the Baron's masterpiece, truly.
It is his masterpiece, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I read. Sorry.
Yes.
The flowers. Did you know which ones were supposed to go to which room specifically?
Oh, yes. They were all labeled.
They were labelled.
They were, yes.
Got you.
I see.
I like the point you made about the green vases.
But I'm curious, Capenna, you got Ramsey out of that slump after his running with that awful woman, Mary Bolton, right?
Oh, she was so wretched.
Yeah, she was an absolute monster of a person.
A real bitch.
I couldn't believe the horrible things she said.
It's almost as if she's unreal.
I would have to say.
I was affected for Ramsey. I felt bad for him because she was such a horrible, horrible witch.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, like at her core, at her very core, she must have been. Yeah, must have been something wrong with her.
It takes someone very strong to commit to that sort of character.
I can.
Someone who drinks milk, maybe.
Why are you talking about my fox like that?
Not you, Corbin, you're a sweet baby. But Capenna,
Yes.
the night that Ramsey came back from that interaction,
Yeah.
he was inconsolable, right?
He was a
And
mess.
have you always had your dressing room right next to Ramsey's?
Well, yes. They gave me the dressing room when I signed on to play the part.
Did you happen to overhear what the Baron and Ramsey were discussing? I imagine it was very loud.
Well, they seemed to be having. Ramsey was very upset by the things that horrible, horrible woman said, and the Baron was just trying to get him to just stop his sobbing, and I could hear most of it as I was right next to. I had come over and you had given me this handkerchief with your initials on it.
I sure did.
Yes,
You still have it, I see.
I do. I still have it. Yes. It's very helpful to dab when I'm out on stage.
As I hoped it would be.
Yes. The Baron was, he eventually got to yelling at Ramsey because he wouldn't calm down. And then the Baron stormed off, and that was the end of it that night. So then I went next door once the Baron had left and tried to get him to calm down a little bit. And well, if I'm being honest, I shouldn't say.
No, do
I
tell.
immediately.
This sounds saucy.
Oh no, I don't. No, I'm not gonna do it.
Did you guys Humford?
Ronan?
This would be a really great time to donate to the class.
Now is the time.
She immediately turns like beet red. She is very pale, blonde hair. She is like illuminated by the suggestion.
No judgment, of course. We are conducting an investigation.
No.
Plus, we know how the theater works.
We do?
Ronan, what do you know about the theater?
Listen, I pay a lot of attention at Broken Leg Inn to all of the people that come through, whether it be from the goose or the green one.
I think Ramsey probably would have liked to have, but I have no such interest in him in that way.
Because you're a professional.
No interest.
Very new professional.
Did you give him a little red nanny? No.
No. I did not give him any.
No, drugs are bad.
Oh, I like them.
Okay.
I must say he was he would get a little handsy sometimes. I have to admit. I think he had a bit of a crush on me, if I'm being honest. And
Handsy Humford is what they should have called him.
That's right.
I
Stinky hands, Humford.
Shit hands.
try not to. I don't speak about dead people like that generally, so I'm not.
You're right.
I'm just trying to get the story
Well,
straight.
let's discuss some live ones then. I found that theater people themselves are very bohemian and dirty in nature. How do you feel about Thitchfield?
Oh, the Baron is very kind. He's very kind. He gave me this terrific job in this part, and he's been very generous with me. Yeah, he's been very nice.
And not as handsy as Ramsey.
Oh no.
nice.
He's been like a father to me these past couple of weeks.
And how has his wife treated you?
Well, I've only met her the one time. She was going to come to opening night, but then of course we didn't have an opening night, so I didn't get to go on.
It's okay.
And of course, poor Ramsey. They didn't go. Ramsey's dead.
Ronan, do you feel that you are fully prepared to go on stage and put your heart out in front of everyone?
I do, but no offense, Reg. Not with you.
No.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Capenna,
Yeah.
has anyone approached you during all of these delays to suggest that maybe you work in another theater while this one is so uncertain?
No, I haven't met anyone else. No, just the Baron. He was so kind. I came from Tyre, just a couple days north from here, and he had found me there, and then so, invited me to come down, and so then I came down.
He said he found you in a crowd.
He did, yes.
What sort of crowd were you in?
Oh well, we were out. We were watching a hanging.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, what a wonderful time to find talent.
Well,
Who was being hanged that day?
Oh, some horrible murderer.
Alexander Pierce.
Capenna, speaking of all the murderers, there's something you're not telling us about how you calmed Ramsey down, and it's very important that we hear everything because we really want to catch whoever's killed him. We don't want that person running around.
If it helps, Watsmith can stop his incessant scribbling.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Make a persuasion check.
Is that a 7?
7.
Okay. Well,
Could have been worse.
9.
9. Okay. I mean, I just eventually I just talked to him enough. I consoled him. He was kind. Ma'am, I did not. There was nothing untoward.
No,
I never did
don't think
anything
there
untoward
was.
toward him.
I'm sure.
Toward.
Reg had the same jokes.
You seem like a very
Did he?
upstanding.
Oh, I did.
You seem like a very fancy lady. It's only that even if there's something silly or something you're a little bit shy about, it's important that we hear those things. That's all I was hoping,
Sure.
Much
I mean, eventually I just talked sweetly to him as much as possible. I said I would go on a date with him.
Did you tell
And
the,
that's what did it.
That seems to get him to calm down the most.
Did you tell the Baron
Did I tell the Baron?
that you promised him a date?
Or anyone, really.
I didn't tell anyone. You're the first people I've told. I'm actually somewhat embarrassed by it because I didn't really care for him like that.
Do what you got to do. Yeah.
Us too. What? What?
Well, the show must go on.
Well, that's what the Baron keeps saying. So
When you told him that you would accept a terrible date
yes.
from him, was the door open? Assuming that he left and you came in, did you shut the door behind you?
I did close the door behind me because I didn't want Ramsey to feel embarrassed. Although I hadn't thought of that at the time. But yes, I think I closed the door behind me.
And Ramsey's demeanor directly following at rehearsals, would you say that he was back to his old self, or anything has changed, perhaps more braggadocious about certain aspects of plans coming up?
He still never seemed quite settled, I have to admit. He seemed as though like at any minute he could break again, but I just kept trying to make eye contact with him and remind him that I'd said I'd go on a date with him. And that seemed to get him through, I think.
Did the Baron's demeanor change after that night?
I mean, the Baron seemed quite urgent that the play go on, and so I think more than anything, he just felt a lot of tension about the fact that he had to stop the play's production to deal with this situation, and so. But I don't know that his inherent demeanor changed. I don't know. I think he just felt more stress, probably.
Well, did his demeanor change after you told Ramsey you would go on a date with him? Before he died?
Well, beforehand, he was fed up with Ramsey, and my promise seemed to get Ramsey back out on stage at least. So, I mean, I suppose his demeanor changed, but it was for the better.
Did you hear something when you found him, or did you just go in to get him to go to stage?
I heard the Baron leave, and Ramsey keeps sobbing, and so I went in to try to calm him down.
And he was dead?
No, this is before.
No.
Oh, I was thinking about things in my brain.
So
Or else do
now
you think
remind us,
about them?
No.
Out loud.
No, Sir Knight. I found.
Oh,
Ramsey.
that's right.
Yes.
right.
You go.
Well, during rehearsal, you're going about as normal. The play is set to go on. He goes off stage, but for a moment, and during that time, he falls ill, correct?
Yes, he said he said he wasn't feeling very well, and we were doing the scene. We were rehearsing the scene. That scene that you just saw, which she looks like Reg.
And this was opening,
Yeah, no, I know.
and this was opening day.
Yes, we were rehearsing that scene. We were rehearsing the scene the day of. Yes.
All right, so opening day, he said he wasn't feeling well going into it.
Yeah, he said he wasn't feeling well. We started the scene, and then he started to get a little peaked and not feeling well, and so we said we'd take a break, and he went to go lie down, and then when the break was over, Reg went because he didn't come back out. Reg went to go find him, and Reg found him dead on his cot.
And the flowers were brought the night before.
Well, that morning, yeah.
That morning. Okay.
Reg, is there a script that I could peruse?
Sure. He goes and comes back a few minutes later with his script, and it is a mess. And you're pretty sure you see like tear stains on it. And it's like you.
It's like one of my
Please.
scripts.
Longhand notes on post-it notes.
Yes, here you go, miss.
Dear. I just want to investigate the script to see if there's just anything in there that could lead us to anything.
So something written in the script.
The most recent notes
Fixing
from
the
notes.
stanchion.
Written in the script or even like content of the script.
Okay.
That
All right.
this is like maybe a little too close to the script.
Sure.
or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Make an investigation check.
Does anybody get
That is
poisoned in it?
a 22.
Oh, okay, nice. So you do a pretty quick read of the script, as much time as quickly as possible, but without trying to skip too much. And you get the sense that this is not a great play for starters, but there doesn't seem to be anything that's jumping out at you in that regard.
Okay.
But the poor Reg's notes they're just very sad. He's got words circled with question marks, and it's a whole thing.
It is my script.
Reg, I thought
Yeah.
one of my companions had begun to ask you, is there a particular florist that usually provides the flowers for opening night that you know of?
You've been here 20 years, right?
Well, sure. Well, there is a florist stall in the town square that the Baron usually buys.
And they carry
flowers.
these particular flowers.
I imagine that's where these came from.
And what kind of flowers are they?
They're
Orange flower.
Flowers.
orange flowers with
Marigolds?
yes, with yellow centers. They are specific to North March.
Okay.
And either of you ever see anybody else going in and out of Ramsey's dressing room when he wasn't there or when he was there?
I didn't see anybody. No one's coming backstage, my backstage, without me knowing it.
You're a good stagehand, Reg.
Thank you.
I hope you get to continue being a stagehand.
Me too.
I think I can think about this later.
Well, I just wanted to ask one last question from me. Capenna, Reg, do you all go to the Broken Leg after rehearsals, or?
You're asking Capenna this?
Yeah, both of them.
Oh yeah. No, we go there often. It's right next door,
Absolutely. And does the Greenfriars also stop in there on occasion?
They do. Yeah, it's right across the street.
Does any of the upper administration, like, I don't know, Baroness Lena Underwell, does she stop by ever for a drink after a show? Or?
I have seen her on occasion over there.
And did she get a chance to look at the script, or is this a brand new play? I mean,
This is Lordship's masterpiece.
it's his masterpiece.
Yeah.
Keep hearing about it.
What's she look like, the Baroness?
Oh, she's a lady, probably kind of full-figured woman. Well-fed, I would say. She's got dark black hair, and she's got a. This is awful. I shouldn't say this, but she's got a skunk stripe right down the middle of her head. We call it a skunk stripe. It's
Very
it's a
distinctive,
white
though.
hair. Yeah. No, you'd notice it for sure. Yeah.
Has there been any discourse lately between the two theaters?
Oh, there's a lot of strife between the two. They just opened a play, which I'm sure you heard. We're no Celestials.
No, I hadn't heard of it.
No.
What is it called?
We're no celestial.
We're no Celestials.
Is that an adaptation of some sort?
It's a comedy. It's a comedy. I haven't seen. I wouldn't be caught dead over there.
I feel real fucking stupid right now. I don't get it.
I don't get the reference.
I do. But I'm old.
We knew that.
All right, well,
Should we have a little chit chat separate?
We should go back to
let's
the
huddle.
Broken Inn and talk to Burton.
Broken leg in.
Yes.
Broken in sounds really obtuse.
And Reg, before we go, just
Oh, yeah.
remember, stagehanding, very hard, requires skill. Acting, so easy.
Yes.
So easy. Just believe that it's easy.
Capenna just
why
seems
it's
to like
easy.
shrink
I
back.
just sort of Capenna. She knows it. She doesn't want to admit it. Acting
whole
is so
racket.
easy. Just believe that
Yes,
you
miss.
can do it.
Yes, miss.
Do
Thank
less.
you. I
People get
appreciate that.
degrees in
less.
this
I'll
shit.
see what we can.
I look around
Yeah.
to see if there's any extra copies of the script.
Okay. Well, you got one. You want another one?
I have Regis.
You've got Regis.
We're gonna take
She gotta
Reddit.
keep it.
You'll be fine.
I think you're doing him a favor.
Sink or swim.
Ah, okay.
Like, just believe that you.
Yeah. You're gonna go back.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah,
want to
yeah,
reconvene
okay.
at the Broken Leg?
They've got printers.
All right, great. You guys make your way out. Head out into the Broken Leg and step into the tap room. And with that, we're going to take a 10-minute break.
Thank you.
We are going to, we'll be back in 10 minutes, you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around for the first half of tonight's episode of To Be Your RPG. If you have not yet donated to the Classical Theater Company, shame on you, but you still have plenty of time to do it. And if you do donate any amount, it's completely tax deductible, $1, $10, $15, how many hands does he have? Come on, $20,
Yes, two
$300.
hands.
Oh, there we go, okay. Any amount of money, you will be entered to, and you follow us here on Twitch, you'll be entered to win this autographed Player's Handbook, 5th edition Player's Handbook, autographed by the entire cast of 2B or RPG and our very own special guest, Miss Carmina Vavra. And we will call your name at the end of the night. Also, if we get 3 followers tonight, you'll be entered to, and you comment in the chat, you'll be entered to win this cool piece of art by our very own Mark Alba. And if we get, did I say 3 subscribers? I think it's 3 subscribers tonight, and it is September, so you can still get a discount on that and gift people those subscriptions and help support us. You will be entered to win one of these cool prints made by our very own Mark Alba. So, okay, great. We're going to see you guys in 10 minutes, and we'll be back, and we hope you will join us. Stick around for those drawings at the end of the night, and we'll see you very shortly. Thanks for coming back for the second part of tonight's episode of To Be Your RPG. I am your Dungeon Master, JJ Johnston, and we're excited to have you back. If you have not yet donated to the Classical Theater Company, you should do it. Now you should. That's the whole reason we are playing. Wherever you are in the world, maybe you're in Venezuela, you can still go to our PayPal information, which is below in our Twitch stream. You can donate to the Classical Theater Company. Any amount would be greatly appreciated. $1, $10, $20. It'll be tax deductible. Well, I don't know about if it's in Venezuela, would be tax deductible, but it would be tax deductible in the United States anyways. And we would greatly appreciate it. It is the whole reason that we play this game is to raise money for the Classical Theater Company here in Houston, Texas. We would greatly appreciate anything that you can give. If you do give and you follow us here on Twitch, you'll be entered to win this super cool prize, a giveaway, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons Player's Handbook, autographed by the entire cast of To Be RPG and Miss Carmina Vavra, all here for you for nothing. For donating. You get entered to win at the end of the night. We will draw a name. If we can get some followers, we want 3 followers. If we get 3 followers here in the second half, you'll be entered to win this super cool, and you comment in the chat, you'll be entered to win this super cool piece of art by our very own Mark Alba. Also, if we get 3 subscribers, we've already done that. We've already gotten the subscriber numbers. Thank you so much to those who have subscribed. I have been told by our mistress of the chat, Miss Lindsay Earhart, she has told us that we have gotten the subscribers necessary. So one of you lucky subscribers is going to win this super cool print. Thank you. Awesome. And we'll call all the names at the end of the night. So stick around. We're back. We're back now. We're back. And our heroes, having left the Goose Theater, stride back into the Broken Leg Inn and make their way to the booth. Everyone kind of squeezes in except for poor Watsmith, who is just who kind of like pulls up a stool and sits down.
Watsmith, why are you doing that with your face?
Well, doing what?
You're doing a sort of like this thing.
Cree, he was
That's simply how his face looks.
born that way.
It's really
Sorry,
insensitive.
I'm very blunt, Watsmith. and
Oh
you're-
yeah, no, I picked up on that.
Thought you were sort of doing a thing.
Yeah.
We have notes about it, yes.
Yeah. Let's see a page. Oh yeah, I've got it right here. Blunt.
Oh, you really captured me. He did a little drawing and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Detective, may I see the script?
Oh, yes, of course.
So, which one will it be?
are we stepping in?
The least you could do, after causing him to almost die of embarrassment, is step into this show. Which one of you is it gonna be?
I think we agreed that it would be Watsmith.
He looks like an excellent actor.
I seem to have
Watsmith, it will be fun.
I mean, Bronan knows the most about the theater.
I would say Bronan would be the most applicable one here.
But Ronan was not the one.
I clearly can't play Emasculus.
Why not?
So masculine.
He's a great hero.
I mean, you look the part of a hero. I don't know why his name is Emasculus, but.
Here we have a masculine male ingenue.
If I have to, I will.
But I
say
wasn't.
that.
You have been ever honorable. I was speaking of your companion and this one over here, who maligned this. What's his name, Ramsey?
All I said is he smelled like shit.
I have
Killed him, Billy.
We did say it a lot.
I'm gonna flip a coin.
All right.
Wait, I have a D.
You have a D1?
Yeah.
D2?
Sure do, bitch.
The D2 can't hurt you.
I do have.
It doesn't exist.
I have one specifically for Dungeons and Dragons.
It better be a Chuck E. Cheese coin.
No.
Mine's rainbow.
Oh shit! You actually.
You actually
I told you I had one too.
too.
Okay.
Technically,
What is this,
those
like
other
The Kraken.
sides.
The Kraken is
a
the
kraken. Okay.
They're leaving.
All right, mine says you either spare the NPC or you kill the NPC. That's my coin.
Spare or kill.
Spare kill.
Wait, why? Where are we both looking?
I don't know. I'm confused about this order.
All right. Spare you win or lose.
My God.
Lord.
So
God?
spare I do it, kill you do it.
Yeah. Oh shit! It's
That's
me.
kill.
Well, Dilric, you're gonna get to work with Capenna.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't jump on that in the first place.
Ronan is willing to be your understudy.
Yeah. What can I do for you, Bronan?
Bert, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Does Lena Underwell ever come here?
The Baroness. Oh yeah, she comes here from time to time. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did she ever talk about the goose?
Well, I mean, I don't really have many conversations with her, but
But she's probably loud, right? She's a theater.
She's probably loud.
I mean, I don't know if she's particularly loud. She, I will say, she, from what I understand, she doesn't have many good things to say about the Goose Theater.
Oh.
Would we remember seeing somebody with a big white skunk stripe in the bar?
Potentially, sure. Yeah, you can make a
Recall.
make an intelligence check.
Okay, me?
Yep. You're gonna make an intelligence.
I'm very intelligent.
Just a
thank
straight
you.
intelligence
You
check.
recall an actual skunk.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad roll.
I missed the fucking tray. So wait, a straight intelligence check. Do I? Okay, wait. -2. 14.
Okay. You seem to recall seeing the skunk hair lady once.
You know, I think I remember seeing some skunk-haired lady once.
I think you're thinking of an actual skunk.
Where did I see her? What was she doing?
She came in. She was sitting at one of the booths.
Okay.
Are you insinuating that you think that this woman was responsible for Ramsey's death?
I don't know. Billy said something along the lines of the vases all being
All the
green.
vases were green.
But it's very clear that one, these flowers are often given as good show gifts to the actors and the actors alone, and it is clear that the Baron himself gave these flowers to all of his cast members.
Well,
I think it's clear that
Why
he's
wouldn't
one
the
responsible.
Baron bring him himself? Someone else delivered them, if I recall correctly. May I ask, Watsmith, can we check the notes?
Yes, of course.
I believe Capenna
Oh,
said
but-
that he always gave flowers as good show gifts.
She did say that.
But didn't
She did that. Yes.
didn't Reg say that an elderly or middle-aged man with a mustache?
The red mustache.
Burton.
Careful about calling 45-year-old people elderly.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Thanks, it's,
1 foot in the grave.
They're born in the 40s.
Anyways.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying.
Burton.
In this
Right.
era, aren't
Do
they?
you know a man about town, sort of balding, wispy red mustache? Is that
Delric?
Balding.
I have a very clear,
Very thick hair.
voluminous hair.
It's a wig.
Well, I mean,
Aside from present company. Does that sound familiar?
I don't know. That could
Does
be.
he work at the floral stand? Would that make? Does that
don't-
sound like somebody that?
I don't recognize.
Do you ever go to the floral stand?
I mean, I pass by. It's not far away.
Hey, look, I'm not telling you how to do your business, but
No,
you
I
should
know.
get Myrna some flowers. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right.
It would make her day.
Okay.
We should get her some flowers.
We should get her some flowers.
All right.
Yeah, let's get her the
very kind
poison
to
ones that
us.
were in Ramsey's room. Like what?
No,
what-
no.
Don't listen to him.
Cold.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't then.
What is-
anything else?
Anybody thirsty?
You look
want
very
something to
nice
drink?
today.
But
Oh, well. Thank
Mistress
you so much.
Holmes?
Thank you so much.
Are you thirsty?
I'm always thirsty.
Oh,
You guys want a round?
that sounds great.
I'll take it.
Can we
before
try
you-
that flaming one?
Maybe a
sounds awesome.
square?
But Burton, did Miss Underwell comes in fairly often, right?
her ladyship. Yes, the
so,
Baroness. Yes.
Has she seemed particularly perturbed in the last week about Rise and Conquer? Is she jealous or angry about the show opening? To
I didn't notice anything in particular. I mean, she's got her own show. You know,
We are Celestials.
we're
We're
no Celestials.
We're no Celestials.
Yeah.
Did you get to see that?
Don't tell the Baron, but yeah, it was pretty funny.
Tell me, when the Baron of the Goosehead they would come in with Capenna and Ramsey, did he sit next to both of them, or did he let them sit next to each other? Or was he always sitting next to Capenna? Did you notice?
The Baron hadn't come in too much recently. He's been pretty busy trying to get the show open.
Well, we met him with Capenna, did we not? You recall?
Perhaps I don't really remember. We get a lot of folks coming through. You know.
Well, we
but-
met him
did.
around the time she hired Capenna, I believe.
Yeah.
What about her ladyship? Lady
Bitchfield.
No, Thitchfield. Yeah. What about Lady Thitchfield? Have you seen her to hair her? Does she stay in high heel?
Not recently. She comes through on occasion with when the Baron comes through sometimes. So when there's an event, an opening, or I know they, from time to time.
Are you familiar with the emasculous myth?
Oh, well, sure, isn't everybody?
Right.
Yeah.
Looking around our table.
Yeah.
Who would you think is most like emasculous?
Who's the most? Who's the most? Who's like the most emasculate? Would you say? Yeah,
yes,
I would say.
The most of
I don't know what you're getting at here.
I mean, I feel like Bronin. He's got all the armor and
He's got a gun show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He does.
gun?
He does have a nice set of. What's a gun?
It's like you load it from the front and then you
No.
Like a crossbow.
yeah, like a crossbow. But
I like this one.
Holy shit!
crossbow show. Oh yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
bow show.
I would say probably he's the most emasculate.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Emasculate.
for
About
your
the
feedback.
Somehow it feels like an
Baroness's
insult. I don't know.
about the Baroness Lena.
Yeah.
Does she regularly come with members of like her party, of the cast? Are there any standout characters?
They've had a few parties here. She's come through on occasion. It's not. I mean, not often.
Is she here now?
Not to my knowledge.
Did you see her when you went to see the show?
There's a lot of questions you people have.
I mean, we're excited
You're a
about
cool
the theater now.
Thank you.
We saw the show, the comedy. Did you see her there?
Oh.
Did you notice
Oh,
that
I
she
didn't.
were there?
I didn't see her there. I can't imagine she would show her face over at the Greenfriars.
Why?
Oh,
no.
I'm sorry. I was confused.
Underwell.
Did you see Underwell when
Yeah.
you went to see the show at the Green?
No, I didn't see her, but I'm sure she was probably there somewhere. She might have been
Okay.
backstage, or who knows.
And do you recall the day of the opening? Which day
do.
was it?
Yeah, well, the same day that Rise and Conquer was supposed to originally open. They were both
Interesting.
opening on the same night. Yes, so that was a bit of a,
Kerfuffle.
a bit of a thing. Yeah, from what I understand.
You still did well, right?
I always do well.
I know.
Buddy, if you sell beer, you're doing okay, probably.
We've been looking for some flowers to give to the cast members, and I was wondering, do you know, is there a stand nearby, an oral, floral, or something along those lines? Costume service?
Yes.
When I was growing up, we had a florist named Oral, and he was very kind.
Was it franchise?
Mona, can you excuse us for a moment?
He had a silver tongue.
Myrna, you want to talk to Myrna?
Myrna, yes, I'm sorry. Myrna, would you excuse us for a moment?
Myrna's not. You're talking to Burton at the moment. Her husband.
Oh.
I got confused all the time.
I'm not interested anymore.
She's like,
He's been into the red.
Take off those glasses.
They're not
Do all
prescription.
halflings look the same to you?
Oh dear.
I'm so sorry.
That ale hit you pretty hard this morning, didn't it?
It did. I haven't
That's
even
all
had
right.
the
That's
fire
all right.
drink
That's
yet.
all right. It's okay. It's okay. We danced before, and I remember it was very nice.
Oh, did we?
We did.
Wow, you don't remember that either.
Wow, that hurts. That cuts me to the quick.
No,
Wow.
now I know why I mistook you for. Okay.
Someone doesn't watch our episodes back.
Cornelia, drop the shovel.
Yeah, and I was there too.
Sure. I'll go back to working behind the bar.
And
Miss Cornelia.
I'll reprise that dance. Refresh my
Yes, it
memory.
was. Yes, it was a good time.
It was.
Yes.
It was.
Thank you for everything, Bertram, as usual.
Oh, no problem. You're a fun bunch. And he goes back behind the bar.
I think it would be wise if we go to a nearby floor stand and see if we can find. Maybe he has a delivery person working over. Maybe he's working the stall himself.
Who bought the flowers?
Exactly.
That's
We're
not
looking
a
for
bad
the
idea.
orange, plain Jane, non-descriptive flowers.
Orange
I
flowers.
was going to say, originally, I wasn't even certain that Ramsey was even dead. It kind of sounds like the sort of thing that an upset actor might do if they felt underappreciated, fake their own death or something like that.
Well, didn't
Crazy. But the
He's not
flowers.
that good of an actor.
Well, the flowers seem weird too. Like,
I was thinking, what if we go see the play, the comedy? I have some red nanny, and
You would never.
we send flowers to the cast at the Greenfriars.
And we
see how they
poison.
react.
The same green vase, the same orange flowers.
not a bad idea. We should include the
But what if we
Baroness.
kill someone?
But it's the
flecks of stuff.
flecks of stuff that kills people, right?
Right. So,
Right.
so on your point about Ramsey possibly faking it, I don't think it's possible because she did detect actual poison
Real poison.
in the room.
But those are good detective instincts. Never underestimate what an actor will do for attention.
Is that advice?
Thank you.
Yes.
Write it down.
I really like
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Now, every mystery has a who, what, and a why. And we know the what, it was poison. The poison killed the man. But we have to find the who and the why. And the best way to do that is to see this oral, floral, whatever this one called them.
Orals, florals.
Yes, the florist,
That doesn't
yes.
sound safe for work.
Yeah, no, we could go there. Yeah,
So,
that's a good idea.
just so we're on the same page, I'm under the impression that the Baron had something to do with it, but we want to make sure we cancel out all possible parties. So, we're
I
assuming
was
that
thinking it was his wife.
Or else Capenna will go
Baroness?
to...
I thought it was the Baroness.
I thought it was the wife trying to get Capenna.
being a detective is hard.
We'll just stick to adventuring.
Let's
Well-
go to the
Well, it's
library.
possible that the wrong vase was delivered to the wrong room because they were right next to each other, but it's also possible that the Baron himself was jealous of Ramsey's possible date with Capenna, but it's also possible
But
that
he
the
wouldn't-
rivalry
You know
is
what
ends.
the
But he
best way
wouldn't
to figure this
sandbag
out
his own
is
production
to
with
start
no understudy.
At the floral.
looking for shit.
Well, and I
Men
also
will
think the
do
Baroness
strange
is a green vase, one, which coincidental, but also their shows opened at the same time, and the Baron does not like the Baroness, so I imagine the relationship is a two-way street.
You know, I also thought about something, but I don't know if this would. What if he was trying to find some confidence and went to the apothecary?
Apothecary.
Thank you.
It's okay,
That's
Baron.
what I said.
No, it's not.
Anyways, and tried to take some type of confidence juice, and he accidentally killed himself.
That does sound like a Ramsey thing to do.
Well, why would you
confidence
put it
juice.
in the flowers?
What?
Why would you put
Maybe
it
it
in
was a spray.
that he sprayed onto the flowers and then...
No, he was on his bed and. Psh,
Well, he was eating something, I think, right?
Eating flowers.
He was eating food, but it was
Next to the vase.
But the poison was found where?
In the
In the flowers.
In the flowers.
the center of the flowers, speckled.
Where
On
one
the-
would sniff. Presumably.
It sounds like murder,
Twid.
dude.
Twid sniff there.
One,
So let's go
one-
check out. Let's go check out the
Orals,
florals.
florals.
That's a good idea.
I believe
Let's
that's a history check.
Where
Is
would
that
the
what it was
body
called? Was it called Orals Flores?
You'll find out.
do it. It looks like he wants to murder us.
I can make a check.
Okay, let's go.
There'll be a murder mystery already.
For Blake Weird.
You guys are gonna
Live on
go
camera.
try to find the florists.
Yes.
Please.
You trundle out in a line.
We're all arguing as we go.
And you know,
You did it. He did it.
Watsmith is just back there, just writing
did it,
everything down.
Come along.
It's gonna be a great set of stories one day. You guys run by, and Burton's just kind of watching you guys go.
Nobody paid for the drink.
I don't think I got mine.
I overpaid.
That'll cover you for the money.
Take that out of that.
Put it on my tab.
And you head back out on the street. It's now about 2:00 in the afternoon or so. And you make your way south towards the town square. You can see High Hill there to the right, looming over the town, and the Margrave's castle atop it, gleaming. It's a late spring day, quite late now, and it's a little warm, but it's not unpleasant. It's a sunny day, some spotty clouds, and you make your way south and enter into the town square, which is like a buzz with activity. There's you see the shops, you see Wilford's Sundries. You see the at the far end. You can hear Gel's hammer on the anvil. The blacksmith, and there are numerous stalls, carts that just fill and tents that just fill the town square. Everything from people vending food to all sorts of wares, pots, pans, everything. But you find, not far into the square, you find, let's everyone make an investigation check real quick.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, 9. That's about right.
Investigation, so that's 18.
2.
12.
16.
8.
10.
Well, okay.
Pretty on
Cree
brand.
finds it.
Cree just winds up smelling some
She
delicious.
runs into it.
There are like delicious hand pies being made nearby, and she just like gets like completely distracted by that. You kind
Is that a new type of pig?
But your resident investigator finds, indeed, a flower stall here, not far from where you entered into the square from the theater district, and it's a stall with a striped tent top, and several. Barrels, just relatively small, but barrels, different sizes. They're in front, and they're filled with all kinds of different flowers. There's an older woman back there with her hair pulled back in a bun. She kind of peeks over some spectacles and says, "Yes, hello."
Does she have
Oh,
any
look,
orange
there's the
ones?
sign. Orals, florals. Wow, just
There's
like
a sign up there.
Oh, yes, and.
When did? That's strange. I didn't know.
Oh, sorry, I rubbed my eyes. It was a cloud.
The memory.
Must have been.
Sorry.
Must have been. Sorry.
Children
One
have
of
been
those
vandalizing this area.
My name's Trina. I don't know any oral, I'm afraid.
Are there any like orange, just similar looking flowers?
Make an investigation check.
The colorblind tiefling.
7.
A 7. You are like overwhelmed by the number of flowers here. There's quite the assortment, and then as you're kind of like investigating, your allergies kick in. And you just have you have the toughest
Do
time.
I see the mustached man?
Make a perception check. We'll call a perception check here.
Oh.
That's not gonna be much.
You see
What do you got?
That's a 6.
6.
He looks around, it's just me.
You do not see the mustached man. But
I'm not even really looking.
you mistake like a small
gingerbread
boy.
man.
You're like
What are you doing?
it's not him.
Hello, Miss Trina.
Yeah. Harry, what can I do for you?
we are here investigating.
Investigating my flowers.
That as well. They look lovely.
Thank you so much. Which ones do you want?
Sheraillynn
Hulmes, the pleasure is yours.
Oh my! It must be. Miss Holmes, how are you?
We have a question about a recent sale that you made. We have been told that you provide floral arrangements for many of the theaters in their opening nights.
Oh yes, I do. I do good business in the theater district there. Yes, I do,
and that must be bully for you.
Yes,
but
yes. Bully.
Did you make any such sales of your wares to the Goose Theater?
To the Goose specifically. They were supposed to open their show. I think this was just yesterday. So yes, there was someone come through and made some purchases.
And do you remember who that was? Do you have any bookkeeping that we could go through?
Oh, I don't really write people's names down. I'm not really sure who it was, but they came and they bought a bunch of flowers. They said it was for the Goose, and then they went off. Do you have a question, sir? Thank you for raising your hand.
I was stretching. I want to roll an insight check on that one.
Okay, make an insight check.
His question was, that's not an effective way to do business. You might be thinking that's not a question.
19.
19. It's an insight check? Mm-hmm. She does not seem to be lying to the best of your knowledge.
And Trina,
yeah.
You don't remember who purchased the flowers, but did they have any specific requests about the arrangements themselves, so the vases?
No, they just bought a lot. They bought a lot of these bright sides, and she points down to the bunch of flowers, and they seem to resemble the orange petals and yellow centers.
Do you have a selection?
You're just a mess of snot.
Do you have different selections of different vases they can go in?
I don't really provide vases. I just sell flowers.
Oh. Is that a separate? Is there a third party that provides them, or
a third party? I just sell. People come and buy flowers from me, and then they give me money, and then I give them flowers. That's how this transaction works.
Tell us more about this Mr. Brightside, if you will.
You made the joke.
Were there any discernible characteristics of him?
Like jealousy?
Oh, God.
They're touching anyone's chest.
You are all going to be third level forever.
I get to leave.
I gotta say, I did not. He was kind of not nondescript, but he was. He had a mustache. I seem to recall.
Red.
Did he look like this?
Kind of like you. He had more hair than you do, though.
He had more hair?
Insight check. I don't believe that is correct.
All right.
He was wearing
the
a wig.
actual hair does whip around. I don't have enough hair.
It goes.
What?
It's mine. I owned it. It's mine.
I bought it.
I don't really remember much about him. Other than that, I had never seen him before.
And Trina, did anyone come? Was there a separate purchase for the Greenfriars opening? It was the same night, right?
Well, they were supposed to open, but the Goose was supposed to open. I think they got delayed for something about someone smelling like shit or something. I don't know.
Oh no, that's the Goose. We're no Celestials over at the Greenfriars.
That opened last week.
The
We're No Celestials opened on time. The other shows was there.
Right, did they also get flowers? The Greenfriars from here?
Oh yeah, they got the flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they get the same flowers or anything? They get different ones?
Oh, I'm going to be honest. I don't really remember. It was
purchased by the same person, or
Are Brightsides normally purchased for openings?
Not particularly. They're just nice. It's this time of year. You can get them late spring as it is.
They're killer.
Yeah, but yeah. If you got you're a
cage now.
Everyone seems to be commenting on it.
I hadn't noticed, but allergies, huh?
No, he's just really embarrassed right now.
Oh.
About what? Oh no, I did.
Oh,
be careful,
heavens.
you could
So
die.
you don't have any bookkeeping on the sales that you made around?
I can't say that I do. I just buy. But get the flowers from the farmers, and they bring them here in the morning, and I sell them.
Is it normal for people here not to keep any sort of bookkeeping for their sales?
I just run a flower stall.
Do you know how
Trina,
Do you know how much money you
incredibly
make per
insightful.
month? Do you know how much your expenses are? These are important things to know when running a business.
I'm so confused.
The Margaret would be interested in
Well,
knowing.
that's what he asking questions about my flowers. And
You have a license to sell.
I have a license to have a stall here in the town
Switch to the
square.
red lady.
Mistress Trina, I'm very curious about the process from the field of flowers
Yes.
to the dressing room of the stars. What happens? You cut the flowers. You have them here at your stall.
Yeah, well, I have a couple of farmers that I buy from, and they bring them here, and then I sell them and make some money.
Okay.
And
So it doesn't exchange different hands. Once you sell it, that's it. It doesn't sit here and.
I mean, unless someone wants to give them the flowers to someone, then it would go to someone else.
Yes. Well.
So you sold the flowers to someone you don't remember for the Goosehead Theater. You don't remember what they looked like or who they were.
I mean, I told you what I remembered about what they looked like. They looked kind of like you.
Can I?
Well, you may be an accomplice to murder.
Mistress Trina, can I buy some of these orange flowers? Do you have a
Certainly,
thing for
yes, absolutely. Yeah, please.
How many people do you think are starring in that comedy?
It's a comedy,
least one.
So maybe like maybe we get.
Did you go
8
see the
to
show?
9.
5, 8 or 9?
Oh, no, I
This
don't
is
get
a
out to the
comedy,
theater
they're
very
big
much.
cats.
I'm
Right.
past my bedtime.
We only need to focus on the leads and maybe
the
Baroness.
Why don't we just get some for the Baroness?
It might be smart to get some for all of them in case anybody has a reaction to it.
What kind of reaction?
You know, like
An
the
allergic
deathly
one,
kind.
maybe.
Well, because if she thinks we're trying to particularly honor her lead roles and her,
Yeah, then maybe we get like 6. Is that?
okay,
Thank you for your patience, Trina.
Oh, no, my pleasure. Are you going to buy flowers?
yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. That's
Split it.
because, I sell them.
Also, Watsmith, this woman has been so helpful. Please,
Yes.
I'm sure we know someone.
ma'am.
Have them come over here and help her to run her business.
Oh,
Teach her some tips and tricks. Make some, send some messages.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'll get right on
You should
that,
stock up on some Red Nanny. It's looking a little loose here.
ma'am.
Are you trying to tell an old woman to do drugs?
Sell them.
Maybe, oh my god.
Yes.
Where would we get a vase for this?
I mean, I
Are
suppose.
there a couple of places in town for vases?
Sure, yeah. You could go to. Well, there's a glass blower, who would probably where you could get a glass vase if that's what you're looking for.
What about a green vase?
I mean, I imagine you get green. I don't know.
I don't know if they were special.
Oh,
A
well, I
certain
mean,
person that does
green is so. It's a special color. It's my favorite color, in fact, actually.
I bet it would be your favorite color.
Thank you very much. It's very flattering on me. My mother always used to say, so I don't have any. I don't have any on today, but most.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting.
Trina, just from my memory, because I heard that both the Friars and the Goose opened on the same day.
Oh, they were supposed to.
They were.
Yeah, they were supposed to.
Were the flowers bought at the same time?
Well, I don't think so. I think they bought the flowers for the Goose yesterday, because that was the
day of
late
the plot.
opening. Yeah, that was the date it was supposed
Because
to.
they had to because he was going through a panic. They had to stall the opening.
So they were supposed to open on the same day last week.
that's right.
As the green
Okay,
prize.
Got it.
and
Okay.
Mustache was the one who bought them. Red mustache
yesterday,
man.
yes, this
Mustache
mustache
fella.
fella.
Thank you.
It's a very different looking balding mustache fellow, yes.
We buy. How much would 6 of these bright sides be?
Oh well, you could do that for. I'd do it for 3 coppers.
3 coppers.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll just
Robbie.
give you 3 coppers. Yeah.
Oh,
that, Bernie?
thank you
Three
so much.
coppers,
Extra
not
2
three
coppers, just because
gold.
you've been so kind answering all our questions.
Thank you, miss. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you.
And here's a silver to apologize for our behavior.
Oh, that's.
You guys don't pay me for apologizing for
One last question.
I'm gonna deal with you
Mistress
bastards.
Trina.
Yeah,
How
yes, ma'am.
familiar are you with the myth of Emasculus?
Oh, well, everybody knows that, right? Everybody knows
If you were
that.
to look around our party and cast
Yeah.
a masculus, if you were
Masculus.
to choose one of us to be a masculus, who would you choose?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that one, but I don't know. That one, he's pretty good. That big fella.
Nobody
with
has
the-
an imagination.
He looks pretty big and strong, and his armor and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Cree, you'd make a great tree.
Thank you.
And
yeah.
the directions to the glass
equity roll.
blower.
Just there across the way.
Behind us.
Thanks.
I've been listening the whole time.
It's called Oral's Glass.
I blow glass. And more if you pay me. Oh, sorry.
I just
Really
welcome to Oral's
what would you like to do?
Glass. Very good.
Turn around.
Okay, you turn around in a circle.
Let's go to the glass blowers and
Glass
get some
what?
green vases.
and see if they keep better books.
All right, you make your way across, sort of, dodging through the stalls,
Really
and
hurt
the
our
activity of the town
investigation.
square.
Should have the books.
You walk past the well in the center of town and just think, my, we were down there just
we walked in there.
a couple of days ago, until you reach the other side of the square where you can see there are. It's actually not far from the smithy. There's gouts of black smoke rising out of the back of this wooden structure, and you walk in, and there's it is a small. It's not a very big. It's got a relatively small little entryway as you walk in. There's a countertop on the far side. There's shelves that line either wall here, and they have all sorts of different glass items on it, all multiple colors, and also it's quite nice looking. There is a doorway with a curtain pulled across it there, and there's a woman. Human woman, half elf woman who's standing behind. She's got like a kind of a brown complexion, and she as you walk in, she greets you. Oh, hello. How are you?
Howdy. I say that all the time. Howdy.
Nice,
yes.
nice glass.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
nice.
well, thank you so much. I do not actually. I don't make it. I just sell it. My husband is the one.
I immediately look for the same style of vase.
Okay, make an investigation check.
In green.
Yeah.
12.
A 12. You indeed find there. Yep. There is a green vase on the.
Identical to what there is. Are you saying
appe-
there is a?
It appears to be very similar.
Hey everyone, is that the vase? I have a hard time remembering at
Vase.
the moment.
That looks about right. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. What was it?
It's a Brelson.
Brelson.
Yes.
Mrs. Brelson, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Do you help put vases for flowers? I'll try that again. You put.
Never tried to
people
put a
buy
vase into a flower, but I imagine it's
People
possible.
purchase vases from you to put flowers into, yes?
Yes, indeed.
Yesterday, how many green vases like this one did you happen to sell?
Funny you should mention. I sold a half dozen yesterday.
A half dozen.
To who?
Well, I didn't recognize the person, but he had a bit of looks a bit like that one.
Oh.
Yeah, with more hair though.
That's not what your husband looks like.
No.
And do you have a log of the
scratch that
sales
one
in
off
any
the
sort
list.
of book?
Yes, do you have any financial records at all?
Yeah, well, yes. She goes down behind and pulls out.
businesswoman.
Good businesswoman.
She. Well, thank you. That's very kind.
You'd be surprised.
Whoa.
Trina,
Oh,
we-
yes. And she pulls open the book, and there is a record yesterday morning. Yes, I sold 6 of those exactly like that for it was our third sale yesterday morning.
You didn't get his name?
And a
Did I
week.
get a name?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I don't ask names of people who purchase my belongings.
Would you mind looking a week from yesterday?
Make your job easier, wouldn't it?
I'm just saying, talking about good business, repeat customers, you know their
From
name.
yesterday, did you happen to sell a similar number of green vases?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
A week from yesterday.
Yes.
Did you sell any green vases as well for the opening of
The green friars.
the green friars? Yes, thank you.
I did. Well, let me see.
There you go. Check that book.
There you go.
Gotta go through my records here.
Finally, someone has books.
Oh, sorry. 5 days ago. That's all I have. I started.
Well,
thinking
I don't know
that's
what it was for specifically. I could not say for certain, but it seemed to have been. Yes, I sold 6 on that day a week ago.
6 was a good
I think that's pointing us
You
in
put
the
the
direction.
flowers in the vase, or you just sold the vase?
I don't touch flowers. I've got bad allergies.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It was a week ago, but did the man with the red mustache come by? You can't remember a week ago, can you?
Wow.
Oh, no, sorry. Sorry.
I think I would recognize a man, someone's face a week.
I didn't put it together, but it might have been the same person potentially. I'm not certain, but it could be.
I say we
What's
go.
the name of the theater critic in town?
I can't rightly say.
Do you watch theater yourself?
I don't particularly.
You should.
Should I?
Yes, you should patron the Classical Theater Company. And it's a good time
Yeah,
for anyone who hasn't donated to potentially donate to the Classical Theater Company. You can donate below at our PayPal, or you can go directly to classicaltheater.org.
We don't act for free,
Bronin, who are you staring at?
Delric's going too. You guys all right?
We all come up behind him and
Are we
look.
done here?
Put a vase in his mouth.
Mistress,
Smash it over his head.
Yes.
I would like to purchase 6 of those particular.
Lovely green vases.
I don't have 6 anymore today. Oh, I did sell 6 yesterday and 6 the week before.
How many do you have?
Well, I've got the one. I might have a couple more in the back, but I could ask my husband to
Well, I'll
procure
take the
some more.
one and check the back. We
Oh,
need the
all right.
And I think
urgently.
perhaps you could come up with at least 6 for us. And I pull out, whatever, I'm a guest, I don't
gun.
care. I pull out 10 gold pieces.
Okay. Well, yes, excellent. I will see what we can do. She disappears behind the curtain, and you hear some shuffling around back there.
Want to pay for a poor tiefling's college tuition?
And there is she comes back out. She's got a crate that has 3 of the vases wrapped in like stuffed with hay between the straw between them, and slides it there. And she goes up and she gets the 4th from up on the shelf. She says, "Well, at the moment, all we have are the 4, but I could. My husband seems to think that we could probably have another 2 by the end of the day."
Before the
Wonderful.
opening.
We'll be back in 2 hours. Wonderful.
I'll let him know. I'll let him know.
Do you sell pipes?
Pipes?
Bronis.
Glass
A
pipe.
glass pipe?
Yes.
I can't say that
that
we
mean?
do.
Water pipe, maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
What will we use these pipes for?
No.
I'm just nanny.
I'm curious about
Does this have to do with Red Nanny?
What about a bong?
glass.
They call them water pipes.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Smooth.
All right, so
Real
funny way.
smooth, everybody.
Thank you.
That was absolutely not the first one.
6.
Thank you. And thank you, Detective.
yeah, well, that's sort of money you can make my father love me again. Now my backstory. Here we are.
We'll be back.
That truly was nothing. I don't know why it's such a big deal.
Oh, yeah, we have that
totally
kind of
normal.
money.
No, yeah. We've got a tower. You should see
Yeah,
it
we've
someday.
loaded.
65 gold down because of Delric.
Well, lives are at risk.
Well, yeah, what's the money? Money means nothing to us.
Do you
know.
need 65 gold?
Yes.
Oh, you should believe in yourself.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah.
Yes, quite. Yes.
I walk the fuck out of the store.
Thank you, Mrs. Braxton.
Yes, absolutely. 2 hours, we'll have it for you.
Wonderful.
Yes.
All right.
Frank, we've got 2 hours. And that's,
Relson and Frank.
Frank.
Thank you, Frank. Sheraillynn Hulmes, a pleasure.
Frank.
Well, we have 2 hours to kill before our vase
faces.
We'll be back in an hour and a half.
So smart, just knows everything.
I think the next course of action is to go check out the Greenfriars,
I
honestly.
think so too. The same. What is this accent? There we go. Found
And
it.
also, Texas, I'm wondering, these flecks that were in the flowers, is that a certain type of poison? Should
There a way
we
we could
think
figure that
about?
out?
We could find the
Maybe go to the
Apothecary?
apothecary.
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 Well, you know who might know about potions and poisons?
Oh no.
Julius.
Julius at Bits Brews
Brews
and
and
Beyond.
But we didn't take the flowers.
That's what I was saying.
Did we take?
We did take the flowers with us, didn't we? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got it right.
Okay.
An exposition.
It's evidence.
All right. Should we?
Texas sneezes.
No, I was building a real sneeze for a second.
I'm sorry to have disrupted.
Greenfriars or apothecary?
I think Greenfriars.
Okay.
Find
Well,
out
we
the powers.
could wait for the vases to go check out the Greenfriars, maybe. Unless
Yeah,
someone else
I
has a
wouldn't want to go to
different
Greenfriars
idea.
until we have the flowers and vase, and then maybe the apothecary will at least tell us what kind of poison it was and who possibly purchased it recently.
That's a how, right?
Because he definitely has some books.
Definitely.
Well, you're a detective. What do you think?
I do believe that we should go to the apothecary and see if we can find out anything about this poison, and if it's safe to be carrying around on your person.
Also, don't you owe him a word about
always
the
have that
spell
mole.
scroll that you got?
That was a busted fucking spell scroll.
And it was his spell scroll that he made.
Oh, he might hurt his feelings. I'll be gentle.
Right.
But I want my money back.
I won't. Fuck that
Wait,
guy.
it didn't work.
Well, no.
No, it just took all his money.
Oh.
Do you think we have
A case?
Possible praise or a possible future in being detectives?
I think that we should go to the apothecary.
You're right.
Apothecary, straight away to the apothecary. You make your way
This is how we walk, by the way.
towards Bits, Brews, and Beyond, which is over in the Elven quarter of Varenna. As you make your way back to the northwest of town, the architecture changes slightly, and there are more and more. There are fewer sort of utilitarian kind of buildings that are more prevalent in the Lorne Empire, and there's a little more elven flair to things. There's a simplicity and artistry to a lot of the architecture in the buildings over here. I like to say it looks almost as if these buildings were grown rather than built, and they are really it's gorgeous to head over here. And as I say, the population shifts a little more heavily to more elven folk you see walking in the street, and make your way to Bits, Brews, and Beyond, which is between these two rather large buildings. It's this like little kind of shack between these two buildings, and it looks like it's on its last legs, like a strong breeze would knock this building over. The sign on the placard that says Bits, Brews, and Beyond is hanging on one chain, just like dangling down. As you get closer to the building, there is a massive explosion.
Right on cue.
There's like a stone chimney there in the back of the building, and like the chimney it bursts at the top, and stones, you gotta like dodge the stones as they come down, you get quite close, and you see like. Now there's like smoke billowing out from between the door cracks and out from like the broken glass panes of window panes. And as you get closer, you can smell. It's like someone unleashed like rotten eggs. Like it is just absolutely putrid. The smell that's just like billowing forth from this building.
Was that Ramsey?
Julius!
He's dead, Cree.
Julius!
You yell out, and the door flies open, and there's Julius Gum, a middle-aged fella. He's got some half-moon spectacles. He's looking over the top of it, sort of a thinning head of hair. Yeah, hi.
Hello, Julius.
It's you guys again. How are you doing?
Doing all right, Julius.
Yeah.
What's that? What happened?
What? Did something happen?
Well, your chimney blew up, nearly crushed us with rocks, and now it smells like rotten eggs.
Oh, yeah. my hearing's not, so good,
Probably
these days.
explosion.
Yeah, could have been. Could.
So you get an artist.
Oh, that smell. That's something else, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been coming from your
Can we come
house.
inside?
Ooh,
You want to go in?
Sure, yeah. Come in.
Oh, Lord.
You come in, and this shop as ever is just crammed full of stuff. There's like weird things, bits of like ingredients, dried herbs, like animal skeletons, little jars and knickknacks, just like everywhere, hanging from the ceiling, like on the floor, in little boxes and bins, jars, all around you. And he's got a little like a desk back to the back side of it. And as you walk in, there's this like yellow haze that's just like like all through permeating this building, and it fucking reeks in here. He's just kind of like.
I don't smell anything. My nose is clogged.
See, look at that, nicely done. That works out well for you then. So what can I do for you
Well,
guys?
two things. One, we'd like you to identify some poison if you can.
Sure. That's one of my areas of expertise.
Two, you owe the two of us some fucking money, bloke.
Which we'll get back to later after the poison discussion.
Okay. All right. Well, what can I identify for you?
We're looking for something that can turn a man's lips black before he perishes. Something that you could maybe hide into some flowers with maybe brown flecks. Something like this. Yes. Be careful.
You see what's at the centre of these flowers?
Oh yeah. He takes the flowers and sort of takes a look. He's looking down the spectacles. He's looking down there. That's I think that's widow's mist.
Widow's mist.
That's the right move.
And does this shop sell widow's mist at all?
I might have some. It's possible.
And have you sold it at all recently?
Let me check my records. And he goes back behind and pulls
He does just sell flowers.
he pulls out a big book which is charred. It's like the outside of this book is just black with like char marks. He opens it up. Some of the pages kind of fall out. They're like the edges are all singed.
You can tell it once said Lisa Frank.
Oh my God!
Please.
He kind of flips through. He's like, I sold some widow's mist. That would have been I'd say probably about a month ago actually. Now that you say that, yeah.
A month ago.
Yeah, that was just before I did this. And he holds his hands up. He's missing a finger.
Oh, my God.
Just before that.
Were you always missing that one?
Oh yeah, well, I think so.
I can do that too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah, except I don't actually don't
Burn
have
the
one.
witch.
I can do that too, and point to the broken horn.
Is widow's mist very easy to make?
Well, you got.
Procure?
Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, I'm a man of great ability, and services I provide are second to none. So you can't just find widow's mist anywhere. I am highly skilled at my job.
And do you have any information about the person that you sold this widow's mist to? Any defining characteristics or name in those records?
I'm looking here.
Controlled substance or
Is it legal to sell without some type of documentation?
Is it medicinal?
Well,
That's a lot of questions.
I mean, if you're trying to fix breathing. As in you don't want to do it anymore, as in, yeah, it's medicinal. But I would say, well, I mean, it's got you can use it for a couple different things. You can use it you got stain. You can get out stains. It's useful for that. You got stains in your clothes. You can use some. You mix it with some like a little water, and it'll like clean up some stains.
Do you sell it often?
I mean, not too often.
So the most recent was a month ago.
It was a month ago. That was the most recent I did.
So, this widow's mist, is it strong enough that if you just smelled it, it would kill you? Right.
Oh yeah, if you inhaled it, sure, yeah, you wouldn't want to get that into your lungs. Oh man, it'd turn your lips black.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild, that.
And you don't know the last person you sold it to?
Something as dangerous as that, you must have a responsibility to the community to know who you're selling to.
Yeah, where's your legal contract?
I mean,
FDA approved.
I sell some dangerous stuff to you people, actually. So, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I try not to guess too many questions. I just provide a service, that some people need to get stains out, some people need to turn people's lips black. Just saying.
And have you ever thought that your services may render you culpable in things like murder? And that you will have to face the legal implications for those things?
I have not. Who are you, ma'am?
Oh, Sheraillynn Hulmes. Pleasure is yours. I'm sure you've heard of me.
Oh,
and her
Normally
assistant.
with us for the day.
Watsmith, don't speak
She's
to
a
the
work
subjects.
friend.
Or to the suspects.
Lori, yes.
Not subjects, that's...
So, yes, Master Gum, if you would please look into the person you sold it to last. And is there anyone else you might, anywhere else we might be able to purchase that particular poison besides here in your wonderful
Although
establishment?
obviously yours would be better.
I would imagine you could probably find it if you dug around into some unsavory places, but I'm on the up and up. My wares are. Pardon it. There's a smell. Did you smell it also?
No.
Yes.
all I can think about.
I can't smell it anymore.
I don't know what smell you're talking about.
Would you say that this is something that is commonly found in unsavory places?
I would say probably so, yeah.
At a cheaper price? Because buying it from you would be legitimate, would you agree?
No, well, I run religion. Doesn't get more legitimate than...
However, you could find it cheaper on the streets. Yeah?
Flaxen.
I mean, I suppose possibly, but...
Is it common?
So, I would say. I wouldn't say it's incredibly common, but it's a good way to,
Handle business.
yeah, fix breathing problems,
So,
as it were.
Detective, I think we can concur that we did identify what it is, but it is not certain that whoever used it on the flowers for Ramsey got it from here specifically.
Yes, you've caught up to where I was 15 minutes ago. Let's check back. Check back in 15 minutes and maybe you'll be where I'm at now.
My head hurts from doing all this work.
Do we replace him?
I've been wanting that from day one.
Funny too.
She does.
Hey!
I'm afraid I don't. It was a month ago, and I've had a lot of customers since then, and a couple concussions. So I'm a little fuzzy on who bought it, but.
Considering you have some interesting people come in, would you happen to recognize someone who, generally speaking, sort of looks like me, but bald? Like really bald.
More bald than you?
Yes!
Oh.
More bald than I. Not self-conscious about my hairline at all.
Well, I don't really recall anyone in
Roll
particular.
again.
What about
Roll
about a wonderfully voluptuous, corpulent woman with a beautiful, like, white streak, reminiscent of the wonderful skunk?
Oh, the wonderful skunk.
Going through her hair.
Big booty bear.
The BBB.
I did not see someone who resembled a skunk, wonderful or otherwise, I'm afraid.
Detective, what do you think should be our next action?
Well, since we know the poison, and it seems that this mustachioed fellow we've linked to multiple sources here, I think he should be who we are on the lookout for, and I think we should establish if there's a connection with the Greenfriar Theatre. So,
Good idea. Vases?
yes, let's go wait intimidatingly outside of the shop and get those vases.
We have 2 minutes.
Real quick,
Julius.
You fucking
yeah.
son of a bitch!
Me? Wow. Wow.
agree.
Excuse me.
Julius, you remember that bestow curse scroll you sold us?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I was fighting cultists, right? Cultists,
my.
cultists.
Nearly dying, might we add.
And I attempted to use your scroll, and it took my money and did jack all.
Was it bestow purse? It was probably bestow purse.
Son of a bitch.
I am just red-faced over this.
I nearly died.
I am well.
Texas nearly died.
I'm glad to see that you're.
I light a
you're still
fireball
alive.
in my hand.
That you're still alive. Oh,
Flammable objects in the apothecary.
There's a lot of there's a lot of blowy uppy stuff.
I'm going out.
There's a lot of blowy uppy stuff in
I
here.
just wanted to
Julius.
intimidate him.
Yeah.
Do you have a bestow curse that I could get from you now, as we purchased, or can we have our money back?
And the money you lost.
That too.
False advertising. That's a crime, isn't it, detective?
I don't know about. I deal with murder cases.
Well, I am.
She knows
you know,
murder's a crime.
I am
And
just.
it's bad
Like I said, I'm just red-faced about this. This is a.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, that is. I am so sad. You're bestow purse. Gosh. Boop. Sorry. Yeah. Well, did I mention the concussions?
I relight the fireball.
Yeah.
Hazard.
I'd hate to give you a bum. Did I mention I made them when I made those scrolls when I was in school, and
Is that why you got kicked out of school?
A few things didn't. I got kicked out of school. Did I mention that?
Is there
Yeah.
something?
I
Is
think I
there
remember.
something of
Yeah.
equal value that maybe you could bestow upon our friends that would help them in battle that doesn't have dubious?
I'm gonna crack
we
open the
lost a
door
lot
and be
of
like,
money.
I like that idea.
Maybe fill purse spell.
I will.
You get Dr. Phil inside your bag.
I will give you a potion of healing.
Thank you. Greater, less.
It is a standard potion of healing, so it would be 50 gold pieces. Which
All right.
is,
That's about equivalent.
Could
You want it?
Yes.
There you go.
Could you throw in some red nanny?
Just to make this right.
We're old friends.
I do
after
feel.
all.
I do feel a little bad. I do feel. I'll throw in a couple sprigs of red nanny for you.
please.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, all right.
You can take him.
You're
He
not
got
gonna.
kicked out of school and now he's our drug dealer.
You're not gonna snitch on us.
Sounds
are you?
really.
Sounds about right. All right. Well, thanks so much, y'all. I appreciate you coming in.
Face shop?
Yeah.
I mean, their shop?
You are a little man and you run a sham business, but thank you so much for your help.
Sounds like me.
Thank you. Miss Holmes, thank you so much. You're heading back. You're going to the Greenfriars?
Yes.
To the glass blowers.
Oh, right. Thank you. Yes.
The stand intimidatingly.
You
It's been
return.
like 20 minutes.
It's been a little bit.
been-
It's kind of on the other side of town,
Okay.
but all told, it's about an hour.
Great.
And you make your way back, and Brelson is inside. Hello. You're back again. That's.
Oh, we're outside, right?
Oh,
I'm
standing
if there's
across
a
the
window,
street,
I'm in
like,
front of the
we're
window
waiting.
pacing.
she is
Our
staring like,
dogs, like,
oh my! She opens the door. You're back rather soon. I see. Yes. I'll see where Frank is.
Yes, I had the utmost faith in Frank's abilities, so I'm here.
You're very kind, miss. And she disappears. She comes back a few minutes later. Here is your full order of the vases. Don't touch them; they're still a little warm. I'll leave
Thank
it
you.
I have fire resistance. with my hand on
She
it.
hands you the crate with the packed
carry those.
vases. Bronin takes the crate.
A true emasculus.
Ah, yes.
Method actor.
And now, what is your destination?
Well, I assume that we're putting the flowers in the vase and doing some arrangements. Montage.
We're all like ribbons and laughing.
We're sitting there and we're like, nuh-uh. And they're like, yeah.
Across the board.
You make your way. You find a spot and put the flowers and make it all look nice in the vases.
What song is playing? Under the city.
Under the city.
Mr. Brightside, what are you talking about?
It's the Brightside flowers.
You're doing just fine.
All right.
Started out with a
So
kiss.
next-
How did it end up like this?
So, what time does this play start? Should we go there now and deliver the flowers? or-
It is now. It's now getting pretty late in the afternoon. It's about 4 o'clock.
Let's go have a drink.
Yeah, let's get lit before the.
It's
Let's
right
get lit
next
before
door.
we find a
It's across the
murderer.
street.
If I'm
yes.
going
Yeah.
to be watching theater, I do intend to drink first.
Oh goodness! Watching all
As
these
with
amateurs.
you, when you go see a classical theater show. Donate.
You can buy alcohol actually at a classical theater company
with a
production.
classical theater cup.
It is. I'm just. Hey, Andrew, show them what kind. They can purchase a mug at the. Look at the classical theater company mug you can purchase.
Hey.
Like Alyssa also has one. Look at that. Is
Wait a minute. Where'd you get that?
is it somehow more delicious drinking it out of a CTC mug?
Tastes like equity.
Oh, perfect.
It does?
What? So thirsty. You make your way back to the Broken Leg. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Okay. You make your way back to the theater district, to the Broken Leg, and back to your booth, which you have kept warm.
Pull the stool over.
Appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Ooh, is anyone on stage right now?
Happy Jack is performing. He is going. He's going.
Happy
He's just
Jack is a very, very wonderful
He's
musician.
dressed
trained him.
head to toe in yellow garments, and he's sitting up on a stool playing a lute and doing it wonderfully. Inspired as you come in, he gives a little wink to you.
Take him on a
and
date, Jesus.
Finger guns. Yeah.
I got a finger gun back. and I
Finger
go,
crossbow.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Oh, and he drops his lute. Oh no.
He manages to finger gun in the middle of playing.
It's on a strap. It's on a strap. It's okay.
Oh, I
You know.
see.
Yeah. And you guys reconvene. Myrna comes up. A round of drinks for you all then? Yeah.
Shots.
Sure.
Oh, jeez. Shots. Oh my goodness.
What you got her earlier this morning?
Oh.
Ran of those?
I don't want with that. I just ale's fine.
Goat's
Hey,
milk
all
for
right.
him.
Oh, all right.
Goat's milk for Bronin. Who
Actually,
drinks goat's milk?
Good for you
do you have
both.
honey?
Oh yeah, sure we do. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just have a wild hair. Can I have a little bit of goat's milk and honey?
Oh sure. Yeah.
Honey?
Oh no.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
there's like
sure.
honey, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, girl. Could I have a little bit of honey too? Just straight honey.
Claws digging into the table.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
I was twitching.
Not a problem.
And a round
Yeah,
of
Bronin.
I think
Yeah.
everything I learned
Oh,
about
yeah.
bears, I learned from Pooh Bears.
Yeah, so.
Fair enough. So she disappears. She comes back with the round of flaming shots, a honeyed goat's milk for you, and a
Just
dish of honey for you.
I'm like,
What? Great. Yeah. Absolutely. Terrific. Who's picking up the tab on this one?
Not it.
Oh.
I'll do it.
Oh. Very good. Oh,
Oh, wait, no, there's one left. No, Vernelia. There we are.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay, well that'll be well, let's see, the honey, the milk. That'll be. We'll call that. We'll call it 8 copper.
How much is a silver
Jesus, I
piece?
gave
compared to-
10 copper to a silver.
I'll give her a silver.
2 gold.
Oh, thank you so much. That's really very
Oh,
good.
if you
Thank
got
you.
any leftover,
That could be on Bronin's tab, actually.
Has anyone named this before? This drink?
No, I don't think so.
We'll call it moon milk.
Moon milk.
moon
I
milk.
like that.
Okay, moon milk it is. Moon milk it is. All right, yeah, that's not a problem. Not a problem. We can do that. Oh, oh, you got a milk mustache on your beard.
No, that's just the gray coming in.
Oh yeah, that's.
I put Thorben next to him so he licks off the milk. On the
What are you doing?
What would you like to do? Why did Myrna ask that?
I was like,
Know your place.
I was like, I'm not in this combo. Like,
Too many voices in my head. That's what it comes down
I
to. Too many
know.
voices in my head. What would you like to do?
A toast to a dead man who allegedly smells like shit.
who we will avenge and find his killer and
Yes, that.
bring to justice.
And to a night of theater.
The theater!
Aye.
The theatre.
What's his name?
Chug.
Excellent. And with that, we'll end tonight's session.
Okay.
Great job, guys. Yeah. Thank you. And thank you for watching tonight. We are. What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to close everything up here, and I got
No.
Awkward ending.
Are you okay?
Yeah, we're fine. Just cringing.
Okay. Anyway, thank you for watching To Be Your RPG. If you have not yet donated to the Classical Theater Company, what are you waiting for? You're running out of time. Donate to the Classical Theater Company. It's very easy. You can go down below any amount, $1, just even $1. It's tax deductible, and you can do so below in our PayPal account, or you can go to classicaltheater.org and make a donation. That would be awesome. And if you are listening to this after our episode, however long after our episode has aired, you can still make that donation at classicaltheater.org. So we would really appreciate that. And we are going to now see if we have any winners of names that we have of people.
Yeah, so our newest subscriber
Yes.
is going to get the print. It's Calvizi.
Calvizi!
That's Kelvin.
Calvizi. Nicely
Cal
done.
Hudson.
Hey, nice, awesome, very cool. Thank you so much, Calvizi. You'll be getting a print. Let's go. And I already know your address. That works out well. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Sorry, what?
Did we get anybody else?
No, that's all.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you very much. Our plan is to be back on Sunday, October 16th. Will be our next episode. Halloween, and we'll be around the corner. So we hope that you join us for that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Carmina Vavra, for joining us tonight. You were wonderful.
This was so much fun.
And we hope to have you back.
Anytime.
It was so much fun. We were so glad to have you. It was a different night for us. So kind of a fun, weird, different session. So and hopefully we'll be able to do this again before too long. So thank you, and we will see you guys on October 16th, if not before.
Remember,
Have a
tip your
good
drag queens.
Yeah.
Get that money out.